Hi everyone, welcome to TVON. Happy Wednesday. My name is Joyce and thank you so much for being here with me on this fabulous Wednesday night. I am filling in for Lauren today, but hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow night. We got a lot to get to today, and if you know me, I like to bring out the big pieces, but here's the thing, guys. So I do have some big pieces for today. But the thing is that they have been discounted. So if you have been thinking about that 2727 round bluing block Tanzanite in the necklace, you know the one I'm talking about, that one has been brought down. If you want a $299 square cushion cut Paraiba, this one right here, it is here. If you want Paraiba earrings, I am wearing the largest Paraiba earrings that we've had to date. Single center stone, single halo, lever back style, it is here. If you want GIA certified 1 carat plus white diamonds, they are here. If you want Mandarin garnet, they are here. If you want anything from the private collection, it is here, all at a brand new price. So we have a lot to get to today. Requests are welcome as always. And I got some wheels here and there. I got some pieces that we are never going to see again. So, a lot to get to today. I have bluing block Tanzanite necklace and a ring. I have, whatever you want, I have. Color change sphene is here. I have quite a few options today, actually. Smile necklace is here too. Gifting season is soon upon us, and now is the perfect time to get them because some of these pieces we do have to make. We don't have a bunch of inventory in the back, right, ready to go. We want to make them according to how you want them. So a lot of pieces to get to today, and let's get right into it because for our very first item is going to be something that we saw not too long ago. Let's take a look here. And what do I mean by something that we've seen not too long ago? Well, you see, last Friday, I had a blue zircon. It was also the very first item. And it was from the private collection. This is also going to be from the private collection. This is 1126072. And this is our fabulous pear-shaped cut. Now, what I love about TVON is the fact that we bring you guys private collection pieces. And not only that, but in a variety. So last week we had, a round in the bridge, right? Now we have a pear shape in a single halo, diamonds down the band. Of course it is in the platinum. This is our 224 center stone. And it also has 47 points of diamonds. So it looks like we might have reused an item number here, but that is perfectly a-okay because I'm still going to give you a value of a lifetime. Now, 47 points of diamonds, that is not a small, insignificant weight. Centerstone is a 224 private collection material. Now, most of our blue zircons, they look pretty much the same, right? We are that consistent with our quality. Now, last week we saw something that was a little bit different. The blue was unnaturally bright, still a natural stone, by the way, but it was such a special stone that, it had a sort of neon radiance to it, and the exact same thing could be said about this pear shape right in front of you. Now, with all things said, private collection is private collection. They wanted it for $49.99, which, if you look at the graphics up there, and if you were to see this exact same ring, on a website for $49.99, you'd be like, totally, right? You would get it. But thing is, this is TVON. We give you the option to shop directly from the private collection. We are not going to make this ring $49.99 or even $29.99 here today. And, pear shapes, it's always a little bit different with the cut and how it disperses its color. We've seen, from what I can recall, private collection blue zircon twice before, right? I've shown you guys both of them. One was a pear shape, one was a round. And, I'm just thinking back to that pear shape where, same exact cut, but both of the stones from the private collection had the exact same property. And that was that through the center of the stone, it is incredibly bright. It looks like there is a Paraiba in that stone, which, this is not Paraiba. This is private collection blue zircon. And even better is that $19.99, we are not stopping there. Now, it has to stay like it is in the platinum, but we will size it for you This is what it looks like from the side and the back. So you can see through your stone here, you can see how consistent that color is, how pure saturated blue it is. Because, you know, there are some blue zircons out there that do tend to have a little greenish color or even a little goldeny hue. And some do have some sort of color zoning. This stone absolutely does not have that problem at all. If you would like it, call me now. We don't see a lot of the blue zircons from the private collection. Today is your lucky day. We're gonna make this one $13.99 to the very first caller who says yes. And of course, I would love to try it on here for anyone who would like to grab it here today. And you know, I'm even thinking, because I have a lot of friends who have gotten engaged recently, and you know, they all got engaged with diamonds, either natural or lab grown. But you know, surprisingly, I would say that if I were to ever get engaged, I would probably go for something a little bit different, right? Everyone has diamonds, but I'm just thinking blue zircon is more appealing to me. It's more eye-catching to me, right? Everyone has diamonds. Why not change it up a bit? But of course, if you just wanted to wear this every single day, I would encourage you to do so, because $13.99 for a private collection blue zircon is absurd. And you know, just holding it here on my hand from a distance away, you can see how bright, how neon that color is, right? This is amazing. This is stunning. $13.99, true to size on this one, of course. Everyday wearable. You can put it with the Wonder Ring if you wanted to. You can wear it by itself if you wanted to. Great gift idea too. I mean, again, holiday seasons are coming up. This is a perfect way to give a gift. $13.99 from the private collection. You don't see that every day. So let's go back up close here and take one more look. It's currently not my size, but we will of course size it for you. And now if you're thinking, all right, I've had enough of the private collection blue zircons in the rings, I do have earrings today, so very excited to see that. Now, next up, I do have my one and I believe only critter piece, which is going to be a Panther ring. However, it's going to be a little bit different, so let me know on our private collection blue zircon. That one cannot stay. And next up we have 1126089, and it looks a little something like this. So we've had a lot of Panther rings, and this one is a little bit different because our Panther now has a friend. This is a pair of Panthers, you could almost say. This is in the 18K yellow gold. You have your mixtures of rubies and diamonds and of course emeralds, but I don't see any emeralds listed here, so I guess you're getting free emeralds, which hope you're okay with that. This has 58 points total weight of your rubies, as well as 49 points of your white diamonds. Now again, there is no emerald weight listed on here, but just know that you're getting them regardless. And this is such a fun, unique way. This is almost kind of like a mixture between a Panther ring and a lynx design, which I think is pretty cool, right? Combining two really popular motifs into one ring, still everyday wearable. And what they wanted for this crazy unique designer piece was also, you know, $49.99, which when you look at all of the details in this ring, in this piece, I mean, that is, you know, that is detailed. That is not just, you know, taking, you know, your tools and just scratching some lines into it and hopefully, you know, praying that it looks like a panther, right? This has so much detailing to it. It's not going to be $49.99. Has to stay like it is in the 18K yellow gold only. And is it okay if I tell you that this ring right here is not even going to be $19.99? I know, first couple of minutes of the show and we are already going off the rails here, but $19.99, not even going to be your price. Crazy comfortable ring to wear, and it tapers nicely in the back, so it is going to be true to size on this one. But again, that's a lot of gold for our pair of Panthers here. And let's take it on the hand, because this is another way to look at it. Can you see really what I mean from this perspective, where it really does looks like a link design, doesn't it? But instead, you're getting lynx and two panthers, and what better way to, you know, just go about in your day with two panthers on your hand, right? I think before we had this little segment where, you know, we had a lot of critter pieces, and, you know, we would name them, And I mean, you can name them, right? It's, a little bit lonely going throughout the day, but once you have this ring on your hand, right, you have two friends on your hand. And let me actually move it over to the index finger here just to show you guys what it looks like, because, I'm just saying it's not specifically for the ring finger only. You can also move it over to the index if you wanted to wear it that way. And instead of even $19.99, how about we make this one $1,499 for our pair of Panthers in a ring. $14.99 true to size on this one. And truly, with all the Panther pieces that we've been giving to you guys, you could probably have your own little collection of Panther pieces. And this style, we kind of introduced it just to test the waters, but we saw how much you guys love them. So, we brought them all out. So here it is, the only one of its kind, $14.99. And that's what it looks like from the side as well. So not high off the hand at all. I just love everything about it, from the rubies mixed with the emeralds to the diamonds and the yellow gold. Everything about this ring is perfection. Let me know if you would like to grab it. Let's go back up close on this one and see if it is going to stay or if it is going to go. And of course, if you have any requests, please do not hesitate to get them in here. Our private collection blue zircon may be still here, so we'll see if that one goes soon. And $14.99 on this one. Now Paraiba is here, Tanzanite is here, new fine tourmaline is here, Ammolite is here. So much good stuff is here today. I have, some of these pieces I even kind of hesitate to show because part of me doesn't believe, in the price tag, as in I am quite amazed, a little bit astounded, but here we go. Now, speaking of such discounts, this is going to be one of the pieces that I'm going to hesitate a little because it is 1124967, and you've seen it before. You probably remember this piece. You probably remember what it was price-wise. This is our 18K white gold, 14 points of our private collection Brazilian neon Paraiba tourmaline with 15 points of the diamonds. Now, this is a ring that may not have a lot of individual gemstones per se, but the gold presence on this ring is unbelievable. I held this ring and I thought, surely this must be platinum, because visually you can't really tell the difference, right? Looked at the bag, it is 18K white gold. This is 18K white gold that feels like platinum, which is absolutely this should not be the case, considering with how much gold is right now. We should absolutely, put this ring aside and melt it down. But instead of melting it down, we're going to be bringing the price down because this was $59.99. Now, smaller stones, yes, for the Brazilian Paraibas, but still so powerful, so neon. And that blanket of white gold definitely helps with giving it a larger presence on the hand. Because if you could imagine with me for a second, where if you were to take these 3 individual Brazilian Paraibas and just put them in a band, right? It won't feel like much, right? It won't have the weight and the feeling of importance as Brazilian Paraibas in a ring should. So this is a great alternative to, setting smaller stones without necessarily having, 3, 4, 5 halos of diamonds around it, and then which, eventually means that the prices have to be, pretty high up, right? Gold, still a precious metal. This piece does not have a lack of it, and here is what we are going to do. Now, if you like this piece already, call me now, because I guarantee that this will not stay. There may be some people who will miss out on this one, and for that, I have to say I am sorry, but this is it. We are going to make this ring right here $999 to the very first caller who says, yes, I will take it, $999. And that is what it looks like from the back, right? So this is not some hollow carved out ring. This is pure 18K white gold. This is not some, mystery mixture. This is gold, guys. And trust me when I say this feels like platinum, right? And look, this is not a small ring, $999. If you've been thinking and dreaming of one day owning Brazilian Paraiba, but you see what they can cost, and you're like, I will never have Brazilian Paraiba ever, this ring will absolutely change your mind, because $999, this is unbelievable for all of that gold too, by the way. So true to size on this one. Now is your chance to grab it, $999. And let's bring it back up close here before we move right along, because I do not think that this is going to stay. Now, Panther piece may still be here. Do not miss out on our private collection blue zircon. And, you know, if you get these pieces in person and you're like, you know, it's not all that I thought it would be. Yes. Thank you. I mean, feel free to send it right on back, right? You don't have to be stuck with it forever. You can, if you see it and you're like, you know, it's not for me, or, you know, I prefer to, you know, something else. That's perfectly fine. And here we go. Next piece, we have, what is that? It is a kunzite. Not only that, but it is a fancy cut kunzite. 1126295 will be your item number on this one. Now, we've had a lot of kunzites, but we rarely have kunzites in a fancy cut, which is a little bit surprising for me, because these stones tend to be cut a little bit on the larger side, which, you know, then I would assume, you know, we would have a lot of material to play around with the cut, right? But we don't see a lot of the fancy cut. Now, this is a fancy cut, but it is not out there in the sense that it's not so crazy that you'll feel like, what am I wearing? What am I looking at, right? It's very subtle, but it's still a nice little, you know, it's a change in what you could have in your collection. Now, this is our 1877 fancy cut kunzite. So again, not a small center stone either, that gorgeous deep purple color. And this is not one of those stones that, you know, is washed out, it's light. This is purple, right? I put it up there, you probably looked at it and went, that is a purple stone. You probably did not go, oh yeah, that's a light pink stone, right? This is pure purple. It has 47 points of your white diamonds in that really interesting trillion shaped single halo. And it does have to stay like it is in the 14K white gold. So just keep that in mind. I think for kunzites, they do look the best in the white gold. This is such a cool custom piece, especially considering that fancy cut. Now, here's the thing. It's not a small piece, but we are going to make it a small price tag, because this was supposed to be $8,999, which, you know, it makes sense, especially once you see it on the hand, which is what I'm going to do right now, because it's absolutely not a small piece, right? But don't worry, this is a large piece, yes, but my hands, you know, pudgy little hands, pudgy little fingers, and yet I can still wear it. I feel comfortable wearing it. I look at this and, you know, I admit I was a little bit daunted, but once I put it on the hand and actually saw it on the hand, I was like, you know what? I would be 100% a-okay with wearing this ring right here. And you will too. Here's the thing. It's not $89.99. We don't have another fancy cut kunzite like this. It's perfect in the ring. It is true to size. And it's not even going to be $4,999. Kunzites of this color, aside from TVON, you do not see elsewhere. I can't begin to tell you how many, you know, photos I've received of our kunzites compared to kunzites that you guys have gotten from elsewhere. And the difference is stunning. I can't believe it, right? You showed me a picture and part of me thinks, oh, that's a really nice morganite that you have there. That's not from us. And then you put it next to our kunzite and you're like, I'm a little bit confused. I'm like, why are you comparing kunzites with morganites? And then you tell us, right? This is kunzite that I got many, many years ago from elsewhere before TVON even existed. And this is the kunzite that I just got. And it's like, well, the kunzite that I've had for a long time, I gotta now, you know, gift it, sell it, whatever. I only want the top quality material, and top quality material is what you are going to get. That's what it looks like from the side. You can see how much gold is in just the band by itself. Now, because of the size of the stone and the front of the ring, the band does have to be a little bit wider, so hopefully you're okay with that. It will stay put on your hand, just get it in whatever size you usually wear. And this is no longer $49.99. Brand new piece today. It is a really fun cut. And let me actually flip it around here, so in case you wanted to wear it the other way, this is what it would look like. So again, very cool, very fast switch right there. And it's not even going to be $3,999. I only got this one. Our kunzites fly out the door. They do not come back. And truly, if you already have, quite a few kunzites in your collection, you're thinking of maybe adding a fancy cut, go right on ahead, right? This is the piece for you today. Let's bring it back up close and take one more look at it before I drop it down to the absolute final price. Let's make it $2,999 on this entire ring. You saw it on my hand. You saw how much space it covers. And wait till you get it in person because this is unbelievably comfortable to wear. $29.99 for our fancy cut kunzite in the white gold only. And let me show you what it looks like from the side up close. Can you just see how the stone reflects that purple into the inside of the basket? How, I've never been really obsessed with the inside of a ring, but in this case, I have to admit, I was staring at the inside of the ring for longer than I would like to admit. And that is because of how the kunzite turned the inside of the ring purple, which you can see through the undergallery here, but $29.99 for a fancy cut kunzite that looks like this. No color zoning, no light pink color, it is deep purple. And $29.99 will make it yours. So call me on this one if you would like to grab it here today. This kunzite is so saturated that, I'm sure you guys are seeing it, but I am seeing blue flashes in this kunzite. This is not some, barely there purple. This is a deep saturated stone, and $29.99 will make it yours here today. Now, I have a little something special for everyone. It is a stone that we haven't seen in a while, right? Had it quite often, when I first started working here, but over the years, it kind of just dwindled down and then, didn't really see it. But just a hint, when we usually think of fossils, we usually think of, a brownish stone color, right? But not every single fossil has to be of that, earthy brownish color, because here we have Ammolite. This is 1126235. Beautiful stone, everyday wearable mounting, and that mounting too, that is quite a lot of gold right there. This is our carat 50 exactly center stone. 14 points of diamonds in that single halo. I love the spacing of that single halo. It really just, with that negative space between your stone and the halo, it gives it a larger look when it's on the hand. Of course, not everyone is going to be examining your rings with a loupe and, making comments about how, the halo isn't exactly perfectly right next to your stones. I think that given that very subtle space, it gives it a lot more presence on the hand. It's different from everything else. How many single halo pieces do we see on any given day, right? A lot. And here's the best part. If you're not a fan of the yellow gold, we can change it to whatever gold color you want. With Ammolite, there are, so many colors in just the single individual stone that truly, it does not matter if you switch it to white gold. If you switch it to the rose gold, it's going to look great. Now, here's the thing. This is Ammolite, which means that it is a rare iridescent gemstone. Iridescence is happening right in front of your eyes. But the thing is that it is from an extinct sea creature called ammonites, which means that these stones, this gemstone, is not, how do I say, it's not like it's currently in production, like Mother Nature is making more, right? This is from an extinct sea creature, which means, what is out there, and it's only found in Alberta, Canada. So this is not something that you can find from all across the world. It's only from one location on this earth. And again, this is something that we can't exactly, wait and knock on the earth and say, hey, Mother Nature, can you make any more? No, it's not possible. So here's what we're going to do on this one. Supposed to be $1,999, but I wanted to, do something a little bit special for our audience here today. This is, in fact, a stone that we have not seen in a while, right? And I'm very pleased that it is here today and it's brand new. Absolutely. Do we have, one for everyone who is watching right now? No, we don't. This is what we're going to do. Instead of even $19.99, we are going to make this not even $999. The price is dropping, but keep in mind that this is still a rare collectible gemstone. I would encourage every single collector to have at least one Ammolite piece in their collection, because again, this is not something that is, in mass production, right? It is what it is. And it's not even $999. Solid 14K yellow gold. You have VS diamonds, and you have a stone that is unbelievably iridescent, has all of the different colors that you would want to have in your Ammolite. You have your reds, it goes into the oranges, the greens, the deep, beautiful blues, and I'm seeing purples. This kind of reminds me of opal in the sense that, no two stones are exactly the same, but they both require, some sort of light to really just show off. So when you get this in person, do not just, sit inside with all the blinds shut and no lights on and say, I can't see anything, because this is a stone that does require some light. So maybe just step outside with this ring on and see what it has to offer. And speaking of offering, I am going to do this. I'm going to offer this ring to my Wednesday night audience today for only $599. You see that band? It is not a teeny tiny little band. You see the Ammolite, 1.5 carats exactly. This is what it looks like on the hand for only $599. I mean, look at the intensity of that color. Truly, I would encourage you to get this. And, if you maybe have never seen this gemstone before and you're like, it's nice to finally be able to, see one and hold one and even put one on the hand. It's not for me, send it right on back, right? We don't have a lot of these. This is not something that we can just go out to any major trade show and say, hey, I'll take your Ammolite, right? It is what it is. And only for $599 for an entire ring, by the way. This is not, oh yeah, pay that for only the Ammolite. We are including 14 points of VS diamonds and all of that gold, which again, that is not some paper thin sort of band. This is substantial. The split shank is there, the design is there, and it's true to size for only $599. Call me now, this one simply cannot stay. Let me know if you would like to grab this one. And let's bring it back up close here. Let me also show you what it looks like from the side and the back, just to show you how much gold is in this single piece. And, in today's day and age, you cannot even go out into the real world and say, hey, I'd buy a plain gold band for that price, because in today's day and age, it's simply not possible. So $599 on this one. You can see how much gold there is, true to size on this one. And let me know if you got it. And next up, I do have to show you guys that 2727 round blue wing block D Tanzanite in the necklace, because it has gotten a brand new markdown. I cannot believe it. If you've been thinking about this piece, I would encourage you to call me now and get in line quickly, because I have seen, the number of people asking for that piece, just checking here and there to see if it's still available, to see if the price has changed. Usually, yes, it is still available, and no, the price has not changed until today. So it is going to be coming up next. I would, again, seriously encourage you to call in and, get in line, because it is what it is. I have what I have. I wish I had, one for everyone who's been thinking about it, but I do not. And countless times I have, gotten calls from people calling, just a couple hours too late. Piece is gone. Can't do anything about it. I feel really bad. So here we go. Let me know. I think this Ammolite may be gone. And we are going to move on to 112-5108. Now I may have to zoom back a little here, but that is a really up close look at what we are talking about here. This is our 2727 round blue wing block Tanzanite in the necklace the chain comes with, because why not? Even though we discounted it, you know, just leave the chain, right? Quality is still the same. You still get all of those diamonds, museum reserve, absolutely. I mean, just look at it, right? This is an absolutely stunning piece. And I've designed quite a few blue wing block Tanzanites, you know, in the pendants, in the necklaces in my day, but nothing quite like this. And the design, the stone, everything about this piece draws me in, and huge kudos to whoever designed this, because this has been a favorite amongst many of you guys. And a brief history on this one. It started at $49,999 for the entire pendant, for the chain, everything you see up here. I'll even throw in the tweezers if you want. But the thing is that from there, it was brought all the way down to $24,999. And, you know, there is sat for a good amount of time, and, you know, that is a perfectly fair price, especially all things considered, the time it took to design it, the time it took to, you know, create the entire piece, right? And you guys know, right? You guys know, you guys appreciate that price. And here's the thing, because I know a lot of you guys have been thinking about this piece, and I really want someone to grab this and say, hey, you know, today's the day, it's meant to be. Because if not to you, then to the museum. And I, you know, as much as I would love to see our blue wing block Tanzanites on display in a worldwide, you know, world famous museum, I would much rather see one of you guys wearing this piece, loving this piece, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one. If you wanna see it again later on in the show, if it's still here, let me know. But for this entire piece right here, we're going to make it $19,999 for a 2727 round museum reserve blue wing block Tanzanite. 256 of your VS white diamonds, a chain, which, you know, chains look like many different things, right? There can be the daintiest, lightweight chain, and there could be, you know, the heaviest chain, which, you know, had one not too long ago with a yellow diamond necklace. This is not a itty bitty, teeny tiny, lightweight little chain, right? This is substantial. So it is here, brand new price. Just thought I'd bring it out early in the show so you guys have enough time to think about it, ask any questions you might have. This is what it looks like from the back. So, you know, you're never gonna see it from this perspective because, you know, you'll be wearing it facing forward on your neckline and it's never going to flip. But just know that no matter how you look at this stone, you are going to see red flashes. And this is also what it looks like against the hand here. So again, just to show you guys, no, the entire piece for all it's worth. And $19,999 is a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic value on this entire necklace. Now, if you wanted something a little bit bigger in terms of the price tag, I got a couple of my designs that are still here. So just saying, if you want a great value, a great price on a large blue wing block Tanzanite pendant, chain comes with, I would really go with this one. If you want to see what other options we have, I have at least 2 other options here waiting for you, so call me now on this one. It is fantastic. I mean, that stone, we don't really describe Tanzanites like this, but I would say that this museum reserve stone right here looks like it has a confetti of red flashes inside of it. And we've seen a lot of round blue wing block Tanzanites, but nothing quite like this one. So $19,999, let me know, and let me also show you what it looks like against the neckline here. So you also have sort of a size perspective here, because again, that chain, not itty bitty, that Tanzanite, not itty bitty, the entire piece, not itty bitty at all, but it is such a beautiful piece. The design is lovely, and a 2727 with 2.5 carats of diamonds is not something that you would really want to miss out on, because I guarantee you we do not have the stones to recreate this piece. We, you know, don't have any loose blue wing block Tanzanites, period. So now is your chance to grab the ultimate piece of a lifetime. Here's your opportunity, and let's go back up close. Take one more look here, and I have got a wheel for everyone to enjoy. And here it is. So again, take any pictures you must, screenshots, video recordings, but I guarantee you that this piece is not going to stay. Do not call me tomorrow morning first thing and say, hey, item number 1125108, I would like to take that, because I guarantee you that this piece is going to go by the end of the night tonight to only one lucky caller. So call me on this one. We're going to move right along. And next up, I have a quartet of several pieces. Now, I don't know which one to start with, so let's start with an opal. So this is what that opal looks like. And we also have a diamond piece. I'm gonna move this one a little bit over here. We have our diamond piece, which, that is not a small ring, considering you can count every individual diamond in that ring right there. We also have, Imperial topaz, as well as blue sapphire. Now, this has been brought all the way down. This is a wheel that really should not be the price I'm about to do. And much like you guys, what I love to do when I see any piece is to kind of guess the price, right? So when I saw these four pieces together, obviously supposed to be a wheel, I looked at it and I thought, probably $999, right? It just gave me the feeling of $999. And I looked and I was like, wow, I was right. Was in the sense that $999 was one of the discounts. If you must know, every single piece up here was not below $19.99. So just like that, off screen saved you $1,000, but I am not done yet. Again, all of these pieces are in the platinum. Has to stay like it is in the platinum, but we will still size it for you. Every single ring up here is true to size. It's such a fantastic mini collection if you were to just call in and say, I'll take all four pieces, because you can. It's not even going to be $899. It's not even going to be $799. Now, before we keep on going, I want to, just casually yell out some carat weights here, because one of the, I would say, more important pieces on this wheel right here, I would say, personally speaking, might just be the Imperial topaz. Because this Imperial topaz right here is a carat 21 center stone with 8 points of diamond. So again, well over a carat in just the Imperial topaz. You have your diamond piece in the back right, which is this one right here, which is going to be 53 points of the diamonds. And I can see every single prong in this ring. I can see every single individual diamond in this ring. Those are not micro pave at all. Hefty platinum presence as well. Now moving over here, we have our gorgeous black opal with the dark blue base color and the bright vivid neon greens. This is our carat 32 center stone with 17 points of your diamonds. And last but not least, right in the front left, we have our 67-point pear-shaped blue sapphire with 19 points of your white diamonds. Guys, truly, nothing up here should be below $999, and look at where we are at right now. And if you're thinking, oh yeah, surely those must be, teeny tiny, small little rings, absolutely not. Here is the Imperial topaz on my hands. Now, with the platinum and the diamond band going through it, it really looks like one of our bridge designs, does it not? But you have a carat 21 Imperial topaz in the center of it all, and it's not even going to be $799. This is unbelievable. And truly this, we say this with a lot of our gold pieces, but if none of these pieces go, we really are just going to have to take it apart and melt it down, because $799, it is not call me now. Once they go, they go. They are not going to come back. That is for certain. We're going to make it $777, sevens across the board. Take whatever you want. If you want me to put up any of these pieces with the graphics, please let me know. But just know that none of these pieces are small, are itty bitty. These are all sizable pieces, sizable center stones, especially considering, even this blue sapphire right here, right? Pear-shaped set east to west with a lot of diamonds in the band, and you can really just stack this with any of your diamond bands that you already have. But $777 for platinum, and platinum, if you have platinum in your collection, you know how weighty it is. Every single piece up here is incredibly weighty. And let me actually move this over to the pinky because I was a little bit inspired by the ring size here. But I mean, that is just such a cool look for a potential pinky ring. Now, again, we will size it to whatever size you need, but $777, nothing beats this price here tonight. So call me on any of these. Let's go back up close and let me see which one I want to try on here next. I think I want to try on that white diamond piece right up next, and of course not my size, but on the pinky it goes. And not necessarily a pinky ring specifically, but I mean, I have it on the hand now, and I must say I am quite loving it. So $777 for an unimaginable diamond weight on this one, just a little bit over a half carat. Such a surprising large presence on the hand for only $777. If these do not go, then we just have to melt them down and use the platinum for something else, because this is unbelievable. We are truly losing so much money on this, which reminds me I should probably move along if the 4 of these pieces are still here by the end of the day. So let me also try on the black opal. Gotta try on the best for last. You know me, I love my opals, that bright neon green. And if you're looking at it right now, specifically like this, and you're thinking, yeah, it doesn't really look like much, I have come to discover that the opals that do not look like much under a very specific angles are usually the stones that have the most to offer, right? You would never expect for this to have a bright neon green flash. Never expect it. But truly with TVON, expect the unexpected. This ring is here for $777. And that's what it looks like from the side as well. Perfect for everyday wear if you wanted to pair it up. I'm thinking yellow diamond wonder rings, just my thought, with the blues and the greens and the yellows, right? $777 on this one too. Let's go back up close and see which one is going to go here first. Looks like we may be verifying on our blue wing block D Tanzanite in the necklace. No surprise there. And if there's anything from earlier in the show, please do not hesitate to call and ask your operator to see if it is still available. I know there's a lot going on, weeknights are like that. I think there's sports today, not sure. But I'm not a sports person, but $777, these pieces are still here. I may have failed miserably for this evening. But let me know. Jason, do you have any questions? The other two, oh yeah, so you'll have to check in the back for those. So I'm thinking the round with the double halo with the trillions, and the other one, which is the large diamond in the bail and fancy cut diamonds at the bottom. So those are my other 2 Tanzanite pendants. But just know that out of the 3, I do prefer the one I had today. Just for the blue and blocky Tanzanite, because it is museum reserved, so it's a little bit extra special on that front. Plus the design, there's a lot going on there, but the design is not lost in translation at all. Like you saw it against the hand, you saw it up close, you saw it against the neckline. The design still translates no matter how far of a distance you are away. So don't think, oh yeah, 2.5 carats of diamonds, like that's a little, intimidating to wear. Absolutely not, right? I would be perfectly comfortable wearing that piece, but if you want to see the other 2, we can of course double check, and they should still be here. And we can bring them out and show it to you as well. So looks like my 777 wheel is still here. No problem there at all. Now, if you would like to have blue zircon earrings, I have a nice little surprise for everyone here today. We've had a lot of blue zircons in the rings. In fact, now that I think about it, most of them have been in the rings. Had a couple pendants here and there, but we rarely see blue zircons in the earrings. Here is where it changes. Let me know on any of these 4 pieces. Again, verifying on that Tanzanite necklace. Love to see it. No doubt that that one will go tonight. And here we have 1126127. And this is what it looks like. That's one of them. I'm going to have to switch tweezers over and bring forth the other one here. So that is what it looks like. And if you're thinking, that really looks like that private collection round that she had last Friday, you would be correct. These are from the private collection. We are expanding what we released from the private collection. And here is the better part. We have a couple of pairs to go around. Originally the thought was, make a bracelet out of it, but not enough stones to make a bracelet. And these stones, they are not exactly, really large. They are still sizable, but, as a bracelet, it wouldn't have the weight that private collection deserves. So, opted for earrings. These are $280 in the round blue zircon center stone. So each stone, if split evenly, about 1.40 carat, give or take, right? And it also has 23 points of your diamonds. Single halo design, diamonds down the lever back. I only have a very limited few pairs to go around. And if they don't sell out, that is perfectly fine. The stones will go back into the private collection and they will stay there. But we never see blue zircon earrings because they are so incredibly difficult to match. As I mentioned, there are stones that have a slight greenish color, which, to the naked eye, you can't really see it, but once you look at it under a loupe, suddenly it's like, oh, these do not match at all. The cuts of these stones, incredibly difficult to match. And not to mention, just dealing with a single individual stone by itself is also, it's a task, right? And here we are, Wednesday night, private collection, white, yellow, or the rose gold, whatever you want. I love them in the white gold. If you wanted to switch it on over to the yellow gold, I'd say they look great in the yellow. If you want to switch it over to the rose gold, I can't say with 100% certainty that they will look nice in the rose gold, but the option is there for you, whatever you want. Here is what we are going to do on a pair of earrings that should not be below $3,999. Guys, if you want to take a couple of pairs, I would encourage you to do so. You can do that. I'm not going to limit you to only one pair per person, right? If you wanted to take what we have, say, I will take all of them, go right on ahead. But the thing is, when they sell out, they sell out. You cannot go to your local jeweler and say, hey, do you have any private collection blue zircons? Blue zircons in general, maybe they'll have them, but earrings, highly doubt it. We barely even have them. They for certain will not have our private collection blue zircons. You can see how bright, how open, how truly neon these colors are. And it's not even going to be $19.99 here today. Again, a couple of pairs already on reserve. I don't know how many everyone is taking, but this is it. This is your chance to shop from the private collection. Maybe you already have, enough of the rings from the private collection. That is fantastic. But I just want to help you guys on the earrings front, because this $19.99, not even going to be. That's what it looks like from the back. So again, how consistent that color is. There's no color zoning. The stones are perfectly matching. Lever back style, there's no backing to worry about. The last thing you would want to worry about in your earrings is, oh, I lost my backing and now I can't wear it. Or, oh, lost the backing, lost the earring, it's over, right? This is not going to happen. It's a lever back style. It's going to fit. You can wear it in your primary piercing. This is what it looks like against the hand, just like that. And what I love about these, smaller blue zircons is the fact that smaller stones they are, but they are far outshining that halo of VS diamonds. You guys know our VS diamonds. You guys know what they are, but not many of you guys have had the chance so far to experience private collection blue zircon. Now is your chance to finally grab something for yourself. If you already have the ring, I would really encourage you to grab these and try them out, right? Everyday wearable, wear them however you want. And this is what we're gonna do. It's not even going to be $17.99 here today. Again, a couple of pairs already on reserve. Some may already be gone before I'm even down to the final price here. Let's go back up close as I hold one up to the ear here, and forgive the Paraiba earrings, but this right here is going to be your blue zircons, and if anyone is interested in the Paraiba earrings, please let me know. But you can see how bright and intense that color is. This is not some average blue gemstone, right? This is intensity. This is saturation. This is what we are all about in the private collection. Again, grab as many as you want, you know, depending on what we have left at this point. Let's go back up close and take one more look here, and we are going to make this entire pair of earrings $1,299. To the very first couple of you guys who says, absolutely yes, I would love to have private collection blue zircons in my collection. And looks like we already have the first couple of pairs gone. Thank you very much. Let me know what gold color everyone is getting. I predict that white gold might be the most popular gold color here, but again, nowhere else. You can't even go onto your phones, onto your computers, and type in private collection blue zircon earrings. Nothing is going to pop up. Only we do this, where we open up our private collection. We say, here you go. Take whatever you want from the private collection, and now is your chance. $1,299. This is unbelievable. And looks like we may already be nearing sellout, so that is perfect. That is fantastic. And yes.
For the past couple that you had earlier,
yes.
can you do a north, south, and east, west measurement?
Of course. So we have a question on a piece from earlier. So I'm going to put my blue zircons down right here. Do they want just the stone or also the halo? The entire piece, of course. So we have, it is true to size. Get it in your size. We will size it for you. Now we do have a quick little question on a piece from earlier. So I will be doing that here. So from east to west, it is 7/8 of an inch. And from north to south, it is 3/4 of an inch. Hopefully that helps. 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom on that kunzite ring, and 7/8 of an inch from side to side on that one. Again, I have rather small hands, and I say it fit rather nicely on my hand. So we'll see if that kunzite is gone. Blue zircon earrings, last pair may be available, but let me just hold it back up into the camera directly so that you can see. Truly, I mean, we've had Paraibas that, you know, take my breath away, but when have we ever had blue zircon do the same, right? The word neon is not up there, but can you just see how bright these stones are? And I'm very surprised, but with every single day, I am more and more of a blue zircon fan, right? Before I looked at it, I was like, no, it's nice, it sparkles, right? It's blue. But the more I see what we can do in terms of quality for blue zircon, the more I'm like, oh, I really just gotta get one for myself, private collection or not. This is a phenomenal stone for $12.99 for the entire pair right here. Let me know if you have the last pair. And we are going to move along. I think my 4 rings from my wheel are still here, so maybe no more wheels for me. You know, I don't really have wheels typically on Fridays, but maybe no more for me. But last one may be going out as we speak, which is fantastic. And Tanzanite necklace, I think, is still here, so ask any questions you have. Just know that that 2727 round Blue Wing Block D Tanzanite Museum Reserve necklace has been brought down to a brand new price tag. If anyone would like a Samurai bracelet, I also have a Samurai bracelet right here. And Paraiba is here too. A Sleeping Beauty turquoise in a ring. That is, have an update on that one, so we'll get to that maybe next hour. Any requests are welcome as well. Gonna see if we can bring out the 2 Blue Wing Block D Tanzanite pendants that I had designed here many years ago. And they're still hanging out here, so maybe we'll give those to the museum instead. But let me know. I think we are sold out of this one, so call your operators. Yes. Thank you very much. So some pieces from earlier are going, so let me see. I think Ammolite is still here. The private collection pear-shaped blue zircon is still here too. Our double Panther ring is also still available. Anything else, I would recommend you call in, double check with your operators here, see what is here and what has gone. But blue zircons, last pair may still be verifying. I think they're thinking about it. Now, before we go into our second hour here, I just I just have to share a ring with you guys. It's been here, yes. Of course, kunzite on the hands for whom? Karen? Karen. Thank you. Let me flash it on the hand one more time. This is for Karen. This is our kunzite from earlier. This is our fancy cut. So I mean, such a beautiful stone and such a deep, vivid purple color. And do not call on this one. This one may already be gone, but just wanted to flash it on the hand one more time here. Let me flip it around too so that you can see both ways, and feel free to take any pictures here. But such a beautiful pickup. Congratulations on this one. It is a stunning stone. And let's go back to our blue zircons here, and we are going to move along into a ring that we saw and have seen many times. I am quite surprised by the discount that this one has gotten. Let me know on the blue zircons. I think last pair might still be here after all. But here we have a rather impressive ring. This is 1124970, and this is pear-shaped rubies. First and foremost, pear-shaped rubies. It is a large ring. It is, I would compare it as, it's very similar in size to our saddle ring, but still very comfortable to wear. Platinum, which means that this definitely has a heftier weight to it, even though it does have negative space. Now, 88 points of your Burma rubies. Every individual ruby as fiery and as intense as can be. This is not your average rubies, because I have seen average rubies. You probably have seen average rubies too. They do not glow like this. And I'm actually going to zoom back in just a little bit so you can see your rubies better up close and personal. I have absolutely nothing to hide. None of these rubies are, you know, mismatched. There's not one ruby that looks like, you know, a solid stone where you can't see through it. Every single ruby, crystal clear, bright red, right? What you want to have in rubies, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of those out there in the rest of the world. So here's what we got. A carat and a half of diamonds as well, carat 52 to be exact. $59.99 was the price on this ring. Now, when you see it on the hand, you're going to say, wow. First of all, that is a large ring, and second of all, $59.99 for a ring of this size. I mean, absolutely, right? This is not some band, because if it were just the 4 rubies in the center and then a simple band going through it for $59.99, then you'll be like, you know, I feel a little bit, you know, it feels a little off, right? It does not feel like a $59.99 ring. But once you look at it like this, you're like, oh, large presence on the hand, fantastic, perfectly matching rubies. It makes sense. But here's where it starts to not make sense, because this ring right here, it was at, you know, $29.99, even $27.77 at one point in time. And here's where all sorts of reason just kind of flies out the window, because this ring is no longer $27.77. Let me move it over to my middle finger here. This is one of those versatile designs that you can wear anywhere on the hand, except for maybe the thumb and pinky, probably not there, but wherever you want to wear, you can. Let me move it over to the ring finger too. Guys, this ring is not $27.77. I'm hesitating because I don't know if it's maybe, you know, I'm reading it wrong. I don't know, maybe, you know, someone prices wrong. I'm a little bit scared. I will be especially scared if this ring is still here after what I am going to do. Call me now, get in line, because what is here is what is here. This is what you're going to get. We'll still size it for you. And this ring right here is now $1,999. $19.99 for a ring that has so much presence on the hand, so much platinum. You saw the sizes of those rubies. A ring that was $6,000 is now brought all the way down to $19.99. This is simply unheard of. That's what it looks like from the side. From the back, it tapers nicely, so it is true to size. For only $19.99, Guys, if you get this today, whoever gets this, I just want to congratulate you because you have gotten truly the value on a piece like this. Again, solid platinum. It's got a weight to it, so just do not be surprised. I have warned you. But $19.99 on this ring is just unheard of. Let me know if you would like to grab it here today. And looks like we may have, is that what I think it is? Ooh, we have our, so we actually have the round Tanzanite, my pendant with the trillions and round white diamonds, as well as a heart shape that I don't think I have seen before, so love to see it. Quite a difference in price because of the sizes of the stone, so no surprise there. But whoever requested it, Jason, can I ask who requested it? Sounds good. So looks like we will have two options for her here today. And love to see it. I'll actually have to, good thing we have the graphics on my pendant because my pendant has been here for so long that the bag is barely legible. So we'll get to those. Let me know on this ruby ring. Calling it a ruby ring because, you know, you see it, it's rubies. And, okay, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but I have a heart-shaped blue-winged block D Tanzanite necklace. And let me know on this one, it may be gone. I'm gonna zoom back just to prepare for the Tanzanite necklaces and pendant. Let me know on this one. And here we go. This is going to be 1125109, and this is what the heart shape looks like. Wow. A lot of diamonds, a large center stone. This is our, I think this is the ultimate heart shape blue-winged block D Tanzanite, museum reserve. Pendant, yes, but also chain comes with. This is our 18K white gold, 3978 heart shape, 242 of diamonds, an entire necklace, and this is a piece that started at 6 figures. So $129,999 is started on this one. A significantly larger center stone than what I am used to seeing too. And it is here by request. So request whatever you want, whether it's a simple diamond band, whether it is the most beautiful Tanzanite in a necklace, we have got it all. Here's what we're gonna do on this one. From that kind of scary 6-figure price tag, it has been brought all the way down to $26,999. Wow. And the cutting is perfect. The color is perfect. Wait till you see it against the hand here. Chain will come with, why not, right? But far too large for a ring, perfect as a necklace, and only $26,999 on this one. I mean, 242 of diamonds, but done in such a way where it does not, you know, scream plain design, average design, right? It's got its own little flair to it, its own little designer touch to it. And this is also what it looks like against the neckline here. So let me just grab it and show it to you because, I mean, wow. The saturation of that blue, you know, some of the larger stones too, where there have been some stones, not blue-winged block D Tanzanites, but larger stones, yes, beautiful stones, yes, but they can get a little bit on the darker side, kind of similar to some blue sapphires where, you know, they get a little inky, they get a little dark, but this, the color is bright, it's open. This is museum reserve, $26,999 on this one. Incredible size for a blue-winged block D Tanzanite in a necklace. Let's bring it back up close here and show you one more time up close and personal. Let me actually set it down onto its side here so you can see that although it is a larger piece, how it is built from the side too. so that it is also 100% not going to flip. If you wanted to switch out the chain for something else, go right on ahead, but we also do have the round to show you right after this. And just like that, very first hour has come and gone. Hi everyone, my name is Joyce, this is TVON. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Wednesday night. And again, I'm just filling in for Lauren today. Hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow. And if that's the case, then I'll see you guys on Friday. But quite a first hour that we've had so far. I think this might be the most blue wing block Tanzanites in the larger sizes in necklaces and pendants that we have seen in one show, in 1 hour too. So still a lot to come. I do have blue wing block Tanzanite in a ring. It's an Asher cut, so we'll get to that right after our request here. Our $2.99 cushion cut Paraiba is here as well, and I don't know how, but it is still here. And if you do want Paraiba earrings, I am wearing the largest Paraiba earrings that we have ever done with individual stones. So if you want to see that, let me know. And if you have a request too, call us. Operators are here, lines are open, and we will be able to help you out. If there's anything from the first hour you want to check on, call us too. And let's go back up close to our large heart-shaped blue wing block Tanzanite in a necklace. And again, a fantastic side profile on this one. You can see the detailing even in the side of the basket there. Now I do have one more to show to our requester here, and that is going to be one of my earlier designs. It's been here for quite a while here, so maybe today is the day that it may go. So let me grab this one here. And next up, we do have 1118240. This is one of my earlier designs here, and let me get that cleaned up for you guys here. 18K white gold on this one. 2790 is your center stone, and a carat 24 of your trillions, 235 of your rounds. And this might be the ultimate double halo piece that I have ever done, because you know me, I try to stay away from designs that you see every single day, you know, single halo, double halo. Decided to, you know, throw in some pretty significant trillions cut white diamonds in this design. And this one started at $29,999. Not today. It's been brought all the way down to not even $19,999 on this one. And again, substantial piece, front or back, no matter how you look at it, red flashes are all going to be there, bright, vibrant blue color, and something that only we have, right? Only TVON has blue wing block Tanzanites. You know, I don't care what everyone else calls it. They can call it with as many descriptions as they want, as many adjectives that sound great. But point is, they are not going to have blue wing block Tanzanites. Only we do. And nowhere else has my designs either. Only TVON does. So what we're gonna do on this one, we're gonna make it $17,777 on this one. And we will see which one the requester will take. Now this one is just going to be the pendant by itself here. So this is what it looks like against the hand. Again, such a large piece. For Tanzanites, I would typically say, you know, it's nice that we have a variety of pendants and necklaces, but I personally love to see the larger stones, right? Not everyone is comfortable with wearing a 20 karat pluser on the hand, but on the neckline, absolutely, right? Just find the perfect chain in this one's case and just put it on your neck. And everyone will be staring. This might be, you know, your statement piece. This might be the piece that everyone knows you by. So this is what it looks like on the neckline as well here. So again, 3 incredible options here today. I am not going to be too helpful in terms of helping you decide, because I myself, I can't decide either. So it's up to you what you are looking for. And let's go back up close on this one so I can show you what it looks like from the side as well here. So there we go. So there's no established bail on this one. It's all going to be a hidden bail. You can string the chain through however you want, wear it however you want. Yes, questions? Of course. So the first round we will show one more time here. So let's move this one aside and bring back 1125108. Now, even though I did design the last round, I have to say between the two, if it helps, I do like this one a little bit better. Sorry to my design, but this one, I just like it a little bit more. 18K white gold, chain comes with, of course, but again, I like this one. If you were to compare the 2 rounds, I would say go for this one. $19,999 here. We'll see if the requester makes a decision here. And I don't know if there's any other large blue wing black Tanzanite pendants we have in the back, but looks like this one may be gone, which is perfect timing because I hope not everyone is tired of blue wing block Tanzanites because I do have a really special piece here today. Now, before that, in case you guys missed it, I know it's a little bit overwhelming. I believe that this ring may still be here for only $19.99, so we will find out who is going to grab this one here today. If not, then I will be more than happy to personally melt it down here. But we have blue wing block Tanzanite in a ring coming up. And here is the thing. A lot of our Tanzanites that you've seen, museum reserves, right? Museums are on our heels, chasing us. When can we get our hands on this material to finally display, show, and exhibit to the world, to millions of people around the world? And here's what happened. I came in today, walked into work, and someone was here. I was like, oh, a visitor. We don't get those very often. Wonder who it is, right? Is it a vendor? Like, who could it possibly be? This is 112-5854. It's like, a visitor. What gives? What's the special occasion? Turns out they were an ambassador from said museum, you know, just visiting the West Coast, decided to stop by just to see, you know, catch up, check on what we have, and, you know, provide an update on our blue wing block Tanzanites, right? I was like, oh, special visitor, an ambassador from the museum. Who would have thought? And here's what they said. They said, listen, we get that you guys are first and foremost a TV shopping network, right? You guys are not specifically created just to, you know, give museum pieces to show, right? You guys have a business to run, we get that. So they said, if we cannot get our hands on those larger stones, that's fine. We will settle for a smaller stone, such as this one. This is our 261 Asher cut blue wing block Tanzanite museum reserve. Only we have it. 91 points of diamonds, bridge mounting. This is a very popular pairing. Here is the problem. The museum wants it. I kind of want it for myself. And I bet someone watching right now also wants it for themselves. Change the gold color if you want, white, yellow, or rose gold. Tanzanites look the best in any gold color. And, you know, I'm not going to worry about the museum because at this point in time, with what we have in, you know, just blue wing block Tanzanites by itself, I am more worried if there is someone out there in the world right now who is watching us and still does not have a blue wing block Tanzanite, especially museum reserve. So what I'm going to do is that this was a $69.99 ring, which in today's day and age, if you were to recreate just the mounting for $69.99, you know, not exactly possible, right? Close to a carat of diamonds. This is one of those bridge mountings that you can wear every single day. If you've been a little bit intimidated by the bridge mountings that we brought in recent months and years, I get it, right? Some of the mountings I look at without a center stone, I'm like, oh, that's kind of scary. Like, you know, wearing it, I'm sure it would look great, it feels great, but, you know, just personally speaking, you know, larger bridge style, I'm a little bit intimidated. This one is that perfect medium-sized bridge, a fantastic 261 center stone, And if you love to stack rings together, but you're like, I don't have exactly a lot of real estate on my hands to, stack 3 rings together, that is the beauty of the bridge style, because from afar, it looks like 3 rings already just stacked together for you. Now, here's where I have another problem, and that is the fact that they wanted me to auction this piece. Last time I ran an auction, it didn't really go over too well. So what I'm going to do instead is hope that someone out there likes it. They wanted me to start it at $3,000, but a lot is happening out there and probably have a rather limited audience tonight. And it's not usually me on a Wednesday night, but that's perfectly fine. I'm going to make this a slightly better, a little more special price for someone who is watching, because if this piece does not go, it's going to go to a museum. It's going to go somewhere, but I don't want to, go to that museum in the next couple of months and see it there on display. I want to see one of you guys wearing this ring and loving every second of it. So here's what we're gonna do, but before that, let me grab the piece here, show you what it looks like from the side, from the back. It tapers nicely, so it is true to size. And if you still wanted to stack other rings around it, you can do so. But here is our bridge mounting, an incredibly popular stone and style pairing. This is what it looks like on the hand. And Asher cuts. We don't have loose stones left to set. This is a perfect size to have for everyday wear. It's not too small. It's not, incredibly large. It is perfect. It is museum reserve. We had an ambassador visit us today asking us, hey, listen, if this piece does not go, we are on the list to take this piece to exhibit. But I trust that it is going to go, because it is not even going to be $2,499. Again, price is dropping, nothing is changing. If this piece were to somehow not sell tonight, and if it were to somehow end up in the museum, then no one can pull up to a museum and say, hey, let me buy that ring, right? I saw it on TV once for $24.99, let me buy it right now, right? That's not gonna happen. So here's what we're gonna do. Call me on this one. Get in line first, because once this is gone, this is gone. I was supposed to auction it, but I'm not confident in my skill. Not exactly professionally trained in this department, but what I can do is that I can lower the price to something even better than $24.99. All you got to do is call me, because for this piece right here, very first caller, we are going to make it $1,999. And let's give it actually a 2-minute clock. Why not, right? Pretend that I'm running an auction, but that's it. That's the price, $19.99 for something only TVON has. The top quality in the entire world. No one has anything that even comes close in quality to this. VS Diamonds, I mean, people deal with diamonds every single day, right? As long as they run a jewelry store, there is a high chance that they deal with diamonds, but VS Diamonds, I can't guarantee that. I have seen pretty nasty looking diamonds, and I even question if they're even diamonds, because diamond is, one word, it's one term, but to have such a variety of quality, hovering under that one word, you really want to have the top quality material, and not just your blue wing block Tanzanite, but also in your diamonds. 14K white gold currently. Change it if you want. It looks great in the yellow or the rose again, but $19.99 for our 261 museum reserve Asher cut blue wing block Tanzanite with 91 points of diamonds. And it is still here. So we'll let that clock run through, and if it's still here at the end of the day, I have a very special box that I'm supposed to put it in. No one's allowed to touch it. and off to the museum it will go. So let me know if you'd like to take this one, $19.99. I don't have anything else in the blue wing block Tanzanite, so if you want to see something, you're going to have to request it, but this is it. A fantastic cut in a very popular style too. So perfectly done and created. And, you know, if one day, let's just say, you know, the very next day, TVON were to disappear, that would be the day that I retire from this industry, because I cannot in good faith go to, you know, a in-person jewelry store. I cannot in good faith go to another TV shopping network and sell you guys Tanzanites, because I can't go up there and say, hey guys, this is the best. I can't say that, because this is the best. TVON has the best. And to go and, you know, try and sell, you know, something that is not of the top quality material, like, I can't do it, right? I've been spoiled from the start. You guys have been spoiled too, but this is it, truly. Museum Reserve Blue Wing Block Tanzanite. This is it, and $19.99. It is still here. Looks like it may be going off to the museum. So the necklace has gone, as I predicted, but the the ring looks like the museum is getting something. So let me know on this one. We're gonna move along, but I will be revisiting it, and hopefully it will go before the end of the show here. If anyone would like a Tsavorite bracelet, I have one bracelet. We don't see too many Tsavorite in pieces other than rings, pendants, and the occasional very rare earring. But here we have an entire bracelet entirely covered in Tsavorite. Love to see it. If there's anything else from the show that you would like to see, let me know. Smile necklace is here for anyone who wants it. Mandarin garnet. A Mandarin garnet single halo diamond split shank is also here. This is what it looks like. Just a quick little flash there, not in focus, but it's such a beautiful stone. Oh, $19.99. Can I spam 2-minute clocks until this one goes? Or should I not do that, right? Should we just move along? Looks like we might just have to move along here, but Paraiba is here as well. Collectible stones. If you want to request anything, go right on ahead. I think the Ammolite from earlier might also still be available. So maybe there's a problem here. But let me see. Sleeping Beauty turquoise with a very interesting diamond color combination is here. Our Tanzanite is still here for $19.99. Let me see. Maybe we have to try it on the hand one more time. Maybe I didn't hold it on the hand for long enough here. But this is what it looks like on the hand. Again, 261, not exactly a 10 karat, 20 karat stone, but still a large size, large presence on the hand. Again, this is that perfect, ideal, middle-sized bridge mounting that we have. You know, we have smaller ones. We have smaller bridge mountings that can probably fit, you know, a 10-point stone, but when you have Museum Reserve, you know, go for the larger sizes, right? This is one of them, 261, everyday wearable. If you just want to add a, you know, another one to the collection just because it's so limited, go right on ahead, be my guest. But $19.99, I think it's still here. So, you know, maybe it is going to go to that museum. Maybe they have finally got their wish. Maybe sending that ambassador to us was the best idea that they had. Because they may have just, you know, this ring on display. They may have, you know, a couple of pieces on display. Whatever it is, looks like they may be getting at least this ring. So great for them. If you already have enough of the blue and black Tanzanites, great for you. But this is for someone who maybe has been watching for a long time, doesn't have one yet. Now is your chance to grab it. Grab and go, because this is it. This is all we have. This is all I have for today. And does anyone want Paraiba earrings too? Let me actually show that Mandarin garnet, because larger stones, we don't exactly have a lot. There was a period of time not too long ago that they were in high demand, I must say. This is going to be 1125213. This is our 1043 oval Mandarin garnet. highly included. Why is she saying highly included? Because although it is a highly included stone, it is displaying levels of fire and intensity that included stones typically do not have. This is also a style that does not have a very conservative amount of diamonds, right? You're seeing the design right now. It's a very simple design, single halo, diamond split shank, right? How much diamonds could it possibly have? Let me tell you, it has a carat 44 of your VS white diamonds. These are not itty bitty diamonds. That center stone is not itty bitty. Currently in the white gold, if you wanted to switch it to the yellow or the rose gold, you can do so. I can bring out a Mandarin garnet in the rose gold if you would like to see it. But considering all of the diamond presence that this piece has, you know, you don't really see as much of the gold. If you were to switch it, I would probably switch it over to the yellow gold just to keep it just slightly tonal with the center stone here. And this entire ring right here, right in front of you, was supposed to be $99.99. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to walk up to the lights and block two of them. And look at that. Suddenly the stone is, I'm going to say it, suddenly it is neon. This does not happen with typical Mandarin garnet. Look, it looks fantastic right now, but once I block the light, you can see into the stone. You can see, you know, although included, how much clarity it surprisingly does have. And boy, oh boy, this is a rather intense stone. Here is the best part. It is no longer going to be $99.99. It has been discounted, despite somehow never being on the air, supposedly. Someone's been hard at work in the back discounting this piece. And, you know, I haven't done this yet, but I'm just going to grab it just to show off some more angles for this piece, for the stone. And of course, with any included gemstone, you have to look at it from the back. Guys, this is Mandarin garnet. This supposedly is supposed to have inclusions. I see some, not a lot, but you can see how evenly spread that orange color is, how pure it is. And even from the back, right? We saw this with our blue wing block D Tanzanites. No surprise there, but I am very surprised to see bright orange flashes coming through the back of the stone, which, you know, right here, there's no light here, right? All the lights are in front. True to size on this one. Oh, look at that. Look at the stone through that split shank right there. That is crazy. And wait till you see it on the hand, because this is just such a spectacular piece. You can see the size of your diamonds. That center stone does not disappoint. A while ago, I had brought out a larger Mandarin garnet just because, you know, hadn't seen one in a long time. Just thought, you know, maybe everyone else is also missing it and just don't know it yet. So I brought out a larger Mandarin garnet. It sold, no surprise there. And then suddenly everyone was clamoring to get one. And I say, as part of my job, I have to go back into our vaults, into our inventory, find loose stones, put them into mountings, have them set, then priced, discounted, and then brought up here so that you guys can enjoy the brand new Mandarin garnets at a fantastic value. That happened for a couple of pieces, because the problem then became, we have the mountings, we do not have the stones. And this happened right around the June trade show, Hong Kong, because I called up our representatives and I said, hey, something kind of crazy just happened. Everyone wants a large Mandarin garnet. And then the response was, yeah, we saw, we looked, you know, one step ahead of you, we looked. Prices are crazy. The stones are there, but the value is not. So this may be the end of these larger Mandarin garnets. That's what it looks like from the side. True to size on this one, not high off the hand at all. It is no longer going to be $4,999 today. This is a piece that I also have 100% faith that it is going to go. If you don't want this one, I have, if I recall correctly, if my mental inventory is updated, I have 2 other rings. Both are in the saddle, and that's it. That is all we have in terms of larger Mandarin garnets. Not everyone, wants to have a huge diamond weight with their rings. This is the perfect ring to go with. It has plenty of diamonds, and it's a very simple style that you can still wear every single day. It is not even going to be $3,999 here today. And again, I have it on my hand. I'm barely moving. You can see how much glow and fire this stone has, which, naturally elsewhere, they do not look like this. We have vendors come to us who specifically deal with gemstones, who bring us Mandarin garnets, and they do not look like this. They look like something that was picked up from the side of the road. No glow, no fire, just a random orange gemstone with a asymmetric cut, highly included, does not look great. Every time that happens, they tell me, listen, go to our inventory and grab any Mandarin garnet and bring it here. And then we show the vendors and we said, listen, we appreciate you bringing us what you have, but this is our standard. And then the vendors go, wow. That's it, right? Wow. This truly is where you can get top quality Mandarin garnet, despite having, Mother Nature work against it. Having a stone that is supposed to be highly included, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're going to get a Mandarin garnet, it better be one that you are going to love and wear every single day. And I can say with certainty that you are going to love and wear this every single day. Let's bring it back up close, see who would like to grab it. And if you, miss out on this one, I only have 2 other options. Both are in saddles. But for this one, we're gonna make it $3,888 to the very first caller who says, I have been thinking of getting one. I have been dreaming of getting one. I simply have not been seeing them, and there is a good reason behind that. We do not have any more loose stones to work with. I have checked, every single day, every single week to see maybe there is something that I missed, but unfortunately not. This is it. $38.88 on our one and only 1043 Mandarin garnet, carat 44 of diamonds. I do like it in the white gold, goes with the diamonds, but I do prefer Mandarin garnets in the yellow gold. So let me know who is going to grab this one. Looks like our quartets from earlier is still here. But before that, I do also have a pair of earrings here to show with you guys, or to show you guys, show with. This one may already be gone. Congratulations on that one. Here we have a very interesting pair of earrings. Now, it's not particularly a very specific style, but there is something about this that reminds me of our Panther pieces for whatever reason. But this is 1125878, and this is a pair of our J hoops. Very designer. Has, emeralds perfectly matched and white diamonds, of course. 18K yellow gold on this. Now, this is one of those pieces that I really wish that I had more than one pair, but unfortunately, I just got this one. There's something very abstract about it, but, it translates very well. I can't begin to tell you guys how many pieces, in fine jewelry and fine art where I see something that, I can tell that the artist is going for an abstract look, but it just does not look good, right? It just looks like a random, amalgamation of colors, and in this case, gemstones, and it does not translate well. But here it works. Why? Because you have the emeralds so detailed in the way that they are placed. It doesn't look random. It doesn't look like, oops, somebody dropped some emeralds into the earrings, right? And not only that, but the utilization of the mirror finished gold versus the diamonds really gives it that abstract, geometric, segmented look without taking it too far. And here's what we're gonna do on this one. I only got the one pair, 58 points in both Colombian emerald and white diamond, so I don't have a breakdown on this one. But this is going to be post and butterfly backs. That is going to be what it looks like against the hand here. So again, it's not like the teeny tiny little huggies. In fact, they are 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. You can see what I mean here, where you can see the different sections where the gold really just comes into work here. And if you would like this entire pair, supposed to be $29.99, we're not gonna do that. Wear these every single day. Primary piercing, probably, considering the size. We're just gonna make it $999 for the very first caller who says, I'll take those. And let's go back up close here and take one look. And let me also just borrow the one that I am holding and show them to you against the ear here, because that, I mean, do you see what I mean by no matter how you look at these earrings, they look surprisingly wildly different from up close to against the hand to now against the ear, right? You can see where all of your sections are. It doesn't look like one, mystery blob of gemstones and gold. This is designer at work, $999 on these. Let's go back up close and see if anyone would like to take them here. And this is also what they look like from the back in case anyone is interested. So $999 on these. Let me know if anyone missed out on the Mandarin garnet. Again, I did mention we have 2 saddle rings in the back. If I recall correctly, if my mental inventory is still updated, I do recall that they are still here. So let me know on these. Now I'm going to take us back to museum land. Hopefully that's okay with everyone, because I have Paraiba here and these may be gone, so we will find out. Now this is the one that I want to go today. Sounds good, thank you very much. This is 1120726. Now why is this here? Before you turn the TV off and say good night and I'll just, scroll through the show tomorrow, see what she showed for the rest of the show. This is here today because I wasn't supposed to show this one. I was supposed to show a different Paraiba, specifically this one. So I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit here so I can put both Paraibas together. But just know that all of our focus is going to be on the square cushion cut one. Why? Because these 2 Paraibas that you see up here right now, it's going to be the same price. Here's where I have a problem, because don't get me wrong, the oval is a beautiful stone, right? It's a beautiful piece, but when you buy a Paraiba ring, you are buying it for the Paraiba. The cushion is our $299 private collection Paraiba, carat 06 of diamonds. But then when I introduce the oval, this is a 228 center stone with a carat 18 of the diamonds. Again, a few points give or take, right? But when you are looking for a Paraiba ring, what are you looking at? It's not a diamond ring that happens to have a Paraiba in it. It's a Paraiba ring with diamonds, right? And yet they are going to be the same price, your choice of. $39,999 was where they started at. Not going to do that tonight. I want the cushion cut to go. If you prefer the oval, that's fine. I'm just saying that if you really want to get truly the best value that I have seen in terms of Paraiba, and close to a 3-carat size, I would go for that square cushion. And I have them both up here together because I'm not afraid to make a comparison. And we're gonna get to it really quickly because I do still have a lot more to show, but just know that you have options tonight to own a large Paraiba, to add one to your collection for the price that it really, that we haven't seen Paraibas in this size for these prices in a very long time. We're going to make it $13,999, your choice of. And if you want to see the information on the oval, let me know, but just know that it is a far smaller center stone. It's only a 228. I know it sounds kind of silly to say, but the oval is only a 228. The diamond weight is not that much different, right? And it's the exact same price. So, originally supposed to show the oval, but I saw the cushion cut and I was like, why on earth would I want to show the oval when you can get a far better value on a larger Paraiba in a ring here today? So call me on that cushion, $13,999. Let me try it on here. Let me actually try them both on. And if you're thinking, oh, one of the colors is better, one of the clarities is better, I can zoom all the way in if you want to. But again, both are fantastic stones. I'm just saying that if you're going to spend that $13,999 today, I would get that square cushion cut. Both are true to size. I would really recommend keeping them in the white gold. And that's what they look like from the side here. So very similar in terms of elevation off the hand, but here is your chance to pick up one of the larger Paraibas that we have in our inventory for a ridiculous price, especially that cushion cut. So call me on either of these. Let's go back up close here. If you want to see it by itself, let me just put it up here by itself. Forget the oval. Someone has got to grab the square cushion cut here today. If you want to see the oval, let me know, but I'm gonna, kind of put it off to the side here, maybe save it for a different day, but this is truly where you are going to get your value in terms of Paraiba. Forget the diamonds at this point. At this point, TVON is just selling you loose gemstones that happen to be set into mountings, right? So let me know on this one. It cannot stay. If you are a Paraiba collector, today is your day. Now is your chance to steal this one from us, truly. So call me on this one. If you would like a Tsavorite bracelet, I have a Tsavorite bracelet that looks like this. Tennis bracelet, Tsavorite diamond, 18 stones in total. If you would like this bracelet, it's in platinum and it's only $29.99. Just throwing that out there. So, 18 individual Tsavorites. Each stone is about 49 points for only $29.99 for the Tsavorite bracelet if you want it. I have color change sphene. I do have something for the guys and gals today. But I must say, I am beyond obsessed with the ladies' ring. Not only because of the mounting it's in, but also because of the stone. I'm just gonna flash it really quickly here so that it's off, out of focus, can see the center stone, can see the general design, but I am in love with that center stone. I love the gold and diamond combination here. This is coming up next. Any request is welcome as well. We helped out our Tanzanite requester, which is great. I think our asher cut in the bridge might still be here, which I think is a bit of a problem on my part. So can't auction anything, can't sell anything, even after I just price it. I can't do anything. Sphene is coming up next. Let me know on the Paraiba. And before we move on, I know that TV quality isn't exactly the best, and if you're thinking, oh yeah, that Paraiba is probably, very included, and it's probably, low quality, let me just zoom in all the way, because I am not afraid to do this, right? So if you're watching on a television, this is your up close and personal look at the stone. Of course, it is still going to be included, but look at that bright neon color that it has, that ideal pure blue. Iconic to Paraibas. You're not going to look at the stone and think, yeah, that looks like an aquamarine, or yeah, that looks like a topaz of some sort. You're looking at this stone, you're looking at this piece, and you're thinking, ah, yes, that is Paraiba. So again, this is just a very up close look into the stone. I have nothing to hide. This is perfection in Paraiba, not to mention square cushion cut. We don't see a lot of those, especially in this size. So let me know on this one if you would like to grab it. Again, true to size on this $13,999, $299 Paraiba ring. And call me if you'd like to grab it. All right, next up, color change sphene time, unless we have a request. Looks like we may have a request, so perfect timing right before we move along here. And looks like, oh, did someone miss out? Teresa. Sounds good. I think Teresa has been asking for this ring for quite a while. So before we move on, let's go back to Mandarin garnets because I think Teresa maybe had missed out on the other one. But no fear, we have brought out one of the saddle rings that I mentioned that likewise also has that bright neon characteristic. This is 1125215. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because this is a pretty sizable stone and ring considering all of the diamonds that it has. Now, this is our 689 center stone. It is our oval, white, yellow, or rose gold on this one. Carat 04 of diamonds, albeit smaller diamonds in this style in particular. True to size still. Surprisingly, $99.99 also. I mean, can you imagine? Every single stone in this ring was hand set. Every individual diamond that you see, hand set. I can't even imagine. Teresa, if you like this, call me now. It's no longer $99.99. We are going to drop it right on down to $3,499. Take a look at it on the hand here. Now, the saddle ring, I will say, is one of those styles that I am pretty comfortable in not only wearing, but switching it up, as in the sense that it does not have to be for your ring finger. Let me move it to my middle finger right here. Personally speaking, I do like the saddle on the middle finger. But let me also move it over to my index because this was just an idea that I had, not too long ago that maybe it could work on the index. So let me know on this one. It's $34.99 on this one for the Mandarin garnets in the saddle. So Teresa, let me know what you think and we will find out if it does go here. A beautiful piece, a large presence on the hand here. And I do feel obligated. I have to do this, but I'm gonna go around and block two of the lights and look at that. Now, if this were any other Mandarin garnet, it would instantly dull with the lights, but here, the stone only gets brighter. How is this possible? It's possible because we have such a high expectation for our quality. I mean, look, right? 3 bright lights, 1 light on it, right? Same exact stone, and it has that neon quality to it. $34.99. Teresa, let me know if you would like this one. And if not, I don't have that many other options. I think the other one in the saddle is a little bit larger in the center stone, but that's all I have. And this is it in terms of our larger Mandarin garnets in rings. If you want a pendant, I do have a pendant in one of my earlier designs here. So Teresa, let me know what you think. And next up we have 1126342, and it looks a little something like this. First time I saw it, I was like, surely that must be a round because it looks like a brilliant cut round gemstone to me. Upon closer inspection, this is in fact our Asher cut. I have been absolutely in love with our Asher cuts exactly for this reason, right? I'm not touching the ring right now. The wheel is just spinning. And look at what that center stone is doing, right? Gonna get this cleaned up for you guys here. But this is a 205 center stone. 21 points of your VS yellow diamonds and 57 points of your white diamonds. This is a style that is very reminiscent of my earlier designs. You may or may not remember, many years ago I had done 2 pink diamond rings. I believe they were GI certified, pink diamond in the center, halo of pink diamonds, and then one was heart shapes, one was pear shapes in the outermost second halo. And I wish I could bring those designs back, but simply do not have the stones to do so. So what we have done here instead is create a very similar silhouette, but instead with your round white diamonds. And I have to say, I think the design translates pretty well. It doesn't look like a senseless blob of, colored stones, diamonds, gemstones, right? It looks very well put together. Here's the best part. It was supposed to be $59.99, brand new piece, and, $59.99 TVON exclusive. This is not material that is readily available to the entire world. This is TVON exclusive, very much like our blue wing block D Tanzanite. No one else has it, right? So here's what we're gonna do on this one. Instead of even $59.99, we are going to drop it all the way down. If you like it, if you just wanna see what I'm going to do, I would highly encourage you to call in, because once it's gone, it's gone. And you have seen how quickly our sphenes fly out the door. I myself have seen how many people call in 2 seconds too late and just miss out. And we cannot copy and paste sphenes, right? It is what it is. If you would like this one, it's not even going to be $29.99. Wait till you see it on the hand, because this is a substantial piece. This is a ring that is basically, where did the band go, right? Where did it go? How is this piece floating on her hand? This is a ring that is so wide, double halo, but so wide that the band has disappeared. And let me move it over to my middle finger, a little bit inspired by the ring we just had here, but no matter how I wear it, it is going to have a large presence. You can see that halo of yellow diamonds. My biggest fear in designs like these is if you have a halo of, colored diamonds around your center stone, my biggest fear is that you cannot see that halo. Here, even though there's a lot going on, you can still identify where your halo of yellow diamonds is. It goes perfectly with that color change sphene. And do not sell it at $29.99. I'm going to give you another discount here. And I can't say for certain that if you miss out on this one that I can bring you another piece. This is it. Let's go back up close. It may already be gone. No surprise there at all. If you would like this color change sphene, we're gonna make it $2,499 to the very first collector who says, yes, I will take that. TVON is a beautiful thing, because jewelry stores across the world, they can sell diamonds, they can sell gold, they can sell whatever, but they cannot sell blue wing block D Tanzanite. They cannot sell color change sphene. And this one looks like it may be gone. So congrats on this one. No surprise there. Gentlemen, summoning all the gentlemen out there, I do have an option for you guys, but I think that this design could also possibly work for the ladies. So this is going to be 112-6359. This is for any of our guys out there who say it's no fair that the ladies get all the fun. Well, now is your chance. We have heard your request. This is your time to shine. This is our carat 85 radiant cut color change sphene, 51 points of diamonds. Now this one, you can change the gold color. I would really recommend it in the yellow gold. I love all of our color change sphenes in the yellow gold, but again, the option is there to change it. Now, this piece, $59.99, fair price. A lot more gold on this one as opposed to diamonds, that's perfectly fair, right? And, I just want to go over one thing, because although this is a radiant cut, it has a very interesting way of dispersing the colorful flashes and the light, because the way it's cut, especially in our current lighting situation, the way it shows off the colorful flashes is very different as opposed to how you are going to see it when you bring it outside under direct sunlight, right? So if you're here, I kind of have to angle it so that you can see the light dancing out from the center of the stone, and then I have to angle it again for it to happen on the other side. That is how the radiant cut is, but I think it's a nice little touch to it, right? It's kind of like our opals, where you look at it from different angles and then you see different colorful flashes coming through. Same thing could be applied here, right? Same concept, but all natural, of course. And guys, if you would like this one, I'm gonna put it up there, same exact price, why not? $24.99 for our one and only color change sphene gents ring that we have today. And this has been a very widely popular style with the ladies as well. So I would not be surprised if one of our gals called in right now to pick it up under gallery, of course. You can see the stone through the back, and kind of makes me think of a signet style, which, you know, love to see that squared off look there. Not just a single halo around your center stone, diamonds down the side. It's got an extra touch to it. This is what it looks like against the hand. Now, it's not my size, so forgive me, but here, I mean, carat 85 center stone, absolutely, but you can still see all of the different colorful flashes coming through. Still TVON exclusive. Got something for the guys if you guys want it. And $24.99. This one sits a little bit lower on the hand, of course. It's also not my size currently. So this is here for the time being, $24.99 TVON exclusive. And we'll see who is going to grab it here. Let's go back up close. And I must bring forth a very special Sleeping Beauty turquoise piece, because this is a ring. So let me know on this one, but this is this is a ring. This is 1125852, and this is a style that had been with us for quite a while. But here is the problem. The problem then becomes that Sleeping Beauty turquoise, mind out, but we have some level of quantity here. VS white diamonds, we will always have. But the problem then becomes pink diamonds. I've worked with a lot of pink diamonds, a lot of yellow diamonds, a lot of fancy cut diamonds throughout the years, and I loved working with these stones. But the thing is that this style, this is your last call, because we cannot recreate this mounting with the pink diamonds. That's the problem. This is our 350 round center stone. And it has 21 points of the pink diamonds and 92 points of the white diamonds. Here's where there was a little bit of an issue. I truly debated even showing this, because I was, looking at this piece, looking at the information, admiring the ring, and then I saw that the original bag had a carat 11 of white diamonds, and I thought, we do have a version with just the white diamonds, but this is not that. This is with pink diamonds. So, of course, had to quickly, go in the back, say, guys, there's a problem here. Like, I really want to show this ring, but there's a problem. The system autofilled it incorrectly. And they said, no problem. We will fix that for you really quickly. And they fixed it, right? Now, instead of that carat 11 of only white diamonds, you have a breakdown of 21 points in your pinks, 92 in your white diamonds. But then here's where the problem arose, because with a change in the diamond color also came a change in the price. Originally, with that carat 11 of white diamonds, they wanted $39.99 start price. And I'm just going to show you what that new price changed into. $66.93. There's the ring. There's the new price. I was a little bit sad. I said, I understand that there was a little oopsie with the system, but I understand that pink diamonds, they're not exactly white diamonds. They are far more pricey, but I said, I can be very stubborn, sometimes annoyingly so. And I know that if we adjusted the price accordingly, it's not going to sell. This is going to be here forever. So what I did was I remembered that the price it was supposed to be, and I'm not okay to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So instead of that $66.93, let's bring it back down to that $39.99 initial price tag with the incorrect diamond information. And from there, let's give you an even better discount because again, guys, this is a style that we are not able to bring back. This is a style that we thought, how do we send it off with a bang? Put a Sleeping Beauty turquoise in it, right? It is a popular gemstone. Everyone loves it. It looks great in either the white, yellow, or the rose gold. In this case, it is with the white and the rose gold. It is not a small ring at all. This is in fact what it looks like on the hand, very similar to some of our other rings where double halo, yes, but it has such a presence on the hand in a way where the band completely disappears. That turquoise, 3.5 carats exactly, and yet you can see how consistent that color is, how bright, how saturated it is. And this is not some the stuff that everyone else sells, because I have seen, lab-grown turquoise and I'm like, oh, right? There are places out there online that, sell lab-created turquoise set in solid gold, and I just don't know, I just do not understand. But this ring right here, final send-off on this style. We'll still have turquoise in the future, but to have this particular style is just something that we cannot bring to you guys anymore in the future. So if you like turquoise, if you like this design, if you want to have pink diamonds with your turquoise, call me now. It's not even going to be $19.99. Again, I am going off script here. You saw that initial price tag, and then you saw that $39.99, but we are going to go even lower here. This is what it looks like from the side. Again, cabochon cut in your turquoise, white and rose gold. If you do not like this style, if you just want to try it out, send it right on back. I would love to have, one last memento of this design. And, don't get me wrong, we'll still be able to bring forth the all white diamonds version. We can, for the time being, bring to you guys the version with the yellow diamonds and the yellow gold. But for pink diamonds, incredibly rare. It has gotten incredibly pricey. The price I'm about to do, we cannot recreate just the mounting by itself for that price. So here's what we're gonna do. If you like it, call me now. We're gonna make it $1,499 to the very first caller who says, I'll take it. And we'll have turquoise rings in the future, but nothing with pink and white diamonds again. So now is your chance, $14.99. This is it for our, this specific color combination, if you will, and $14.99 will get the entire ring to you. And when you combine those diamond weights, it's over a carat. And if you look at that price, just keep in mind that these are pink diamonds. These are not all white diamonds. This is pink diamonds. Pink diamonds are not priced like white diamonds. This should not be the case, but $14.99 will make this one yours. Let me know on our $299 Paraiba for $13,999. Paraiba earrings, maybe I'll save those for Friday. Our heart shape blue wing black D Tanzanite, museum reserve, an entire necklace is also still here. Just gonna quickly flash it. So this necklace is still here for $26,999. Our Savorite bracelet for $2,999 is still here as well. Some fabulous pieces are still here. I have Paraiba studs coming up, pear shapes. New fine tourmaline also coming up, brand new today. And welcome to the show. Last hour is here. My name is Joyce, filling in for Lauren today. And guys, some of these pieces that, you know, if you're still thinking about, if you have any questions, please let me know, because especially on that Paraiba, should not still be here. Had some questions about it, no surprise there, but the fact that it is still here, a little bit surprising. If you wanted a larger stone, like a 4-carat pluser, I got it, but the price is going to be astronomically different. So if you want a larger Paraiba, I would really recommend the $299. If you want to see anything larger, you know, I can bring it out, but you know, for the price, that cushion cut is where it's at. So thank you for joining me today. My name is Joyce, and we still have 1-carat GIA certified white diamonds here. It's been a while, so just thought, you know, bring out all of these pieces, bring them out at a brand new discount. If there's anything you want to see, please let me know, because I wish I could read your minds, but I cannot. So thank you so much for joining me so far. And we still have a lot to show you in the last hour here, including Paraiba studs, yellow diamond stud earrings too. So let's get right back into it. Take a look at our, might be a last look actually, a last look at our turquoise and pink diamonds combination right here. If anyone would like to see the smile necklace, you know, I might just flash it here for all of our new shoppers, but holiday seasons are here soon. It'll be here before you know it, and before you panic by, you know, the day before, you know, we do still require some time to create these pieces in the gold colors that you want. So if you would like a smile necklace, this one right here, that is our 1-carat exact smile necklace, adjustable 16, 17, 18 inches. The chain is attached to the necklace. So if you would like the smile necklace, just know that it is here for $999. Just in case anyone is, you know, a little bit stumped, you know, holiday season, gifting season, it happens every single year. And finding gifts can get a little bit difficult at times, but the smile necklace, it's been, I think, one of the most popular gift ideas, gift options that we've had here. And, you know, we hear so much feedback from you guys, you know, gifted one in each gold color, and everyone loves it. And I mean, who can't not love VS diamonds, am I right? So let me know on the smile necklace. It is here for $999, which, you know, just for the diamonds by itself, you know, we tend to price things a little bit differently here, but it does come with an entire chain attached to the smile necklace. So that is here. If you would like a full presentation on that one, let me know, but just thought I have a lot of pieces still to show and not enough time here. Of course, I'll also be back on Friday, but in the meantime, we do have Paraiba studs. So let me know on the turquoise. Looks like this style may actually be here to stay. We have 1126091 coming up next, and it looks a little something like this. Now, these are smaller studs. I say perfect for a secondary piercing. This is what they look like directly facing into the camera, and you can see that the post is going to be towards the point of your Paraiba. We've only had a number of Paraiba earrings. I'm wearing one, I'm holding one. Here we have an option. This is in the platinum. Those are the backings that you're going to get. It's the silicone backings. And again, these are smaller, but still small, yes, powerful stones, absolutely. It does not look like aqua. It still looks like Paraiba, and it is. This is going to be 51 points total weight in your pear-shaped Paraibas, perfectly matching, which, you know, believe it or not, incredibly difficult to do in the world of Paraiba. The clarity is matching, the color is matching, the cut is matching. You know, pear shapes by themselves, really difficult to work with. But here, again, 2 perfectly matched stones. This does not happen every single day. You also have 14 points of your diamond single halo design here. Again, I would really recommend these for the secondary piercings because of the size. But this is what we're gonna do. I only have 1 pair of these. Unfortunate, I know. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hold one against the hand so you can get a better size perspective here, and that you can really see what I mean by probably only for the secondary piercing. Supposed to be $29.99. The entire stud from top to bottom is about 3/8 of an inch. Once again, you'll probably be wearing it like this in your ear. I would also maybe even angle it because, you know, primary piercing, you probably wear it like this, but you know, once it hits the secondary piercing, I might even think to angle it slightly so it gives your earscape a little bit more of a more dynamic feel, if that makes sense. But here, $19.99, not going to be your price either. Let's go back up close. Let me adjust this one so it's, you know, perfectly center stage here, just not looking into the camera. And let me just grab this one and show it to you in the ear. So here is what it looks like. You know, it could still work as a primary piercing, but given the size of this, I would recommend it in the secondary piercing, especially if you have a larger, maybe even a dangle or a drop that you like to wear in the primary piercing. I think that this could really just change up your earscape, because how often do we get Paraiba earrings? Not often at all, but here is your chance where you can actually get a pair of studs. Out of all the styles we do, studs, the most popular. It's not going to be $19.99. Let's go back up close and take another look here. If you would like this, one only, I will make it $1,499 for the entire pair of Paraiba studs. Each Paraiba would be about, you know, 25 points, about 7 points of diamonds. You know, it doesn't sound like much, but you saw it against the ear. You saw how much potential they could have in the secondary piercing. And this is it in terms of Paraiba earrings. Everything else I have is larger, it's pricier. I could show you guys the ovals if you wanted, but those are not small stones. Here, small stones, but still bright, neon, clean. And Paraiba studs are still here, looks like. So we will find out who is going to grab this one. And I just wish that they could look into the camera, but the way that they are created, they do not. But again, you saw me holding them up. They are beautiful, perfectly matched stones for only $14.99. I think our turquoise may still be here. Same goes for our Asher cut Tanzanite in the bridge, which if it's gone, then congrats. But as far as I heard, both pieces may still be here. So let me know. And of course, Teresa, let me know what you thought about the Mandarin in the saddle ring there. Next up, I have to move this wheel. And I have a new fine tourmaline. A new fine tourmaline that I first thought was not a new fine tourmaline. I saw it and I just kind of skipped over it because I thought that it was Alexandrite. Silly me. So let me know on these. Looks like they may still be here, but not for long. Get this wheel cleaned up here. And next up we have, I don't know if this is the first time that we are seeing new fine tourmaline in a round, but can you guys understand when I say that? When I first saw this, I thought it was Alexandrite. It is not. This is new fine tourmaline. Do you have a question? Oh yeah, of course. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Teresa. And this fooled me. I thought, you know, it's too good to be a tourmaline. Tourmalines are supposed to be, you know, naturally very included stones. And yeah, here we have something that looks so crisp, so clean, so bright. This is new fine tourmaline. This is 112-6346. It is our round. I'm trying to think again. I didn't familiarize myself with our new fine tourmaline inventory, but I must say, out of the stones that we have seen so far, this one is pretty nice, I must say. You know, a nice mixture of the blues and the greens, but primarily green. This is our Carat 02 center stone, covered and smothered in 99 points total weight of your VS white diamonds. Change the gold color if you want. Now for this one, I would definitely keep it in that white gold to keep this very unique color, you know, as pure as can be, but again, switch it up if you want to. And this is such a beautiful stone. The color is there. For me, what matters the most is that the color is there. It's not a, you know, it's it's a stone that has a slight variety in terms of the color saturation, but you know, with any given gemstone, you really want it to have, you know, a nice saturation of color, right? Aside from white diamonds, there is not another stone that you would want to have be, you know, colorless, right? This is the exact same case, but that color, I mean, I don't have to, you know, hold it and say, guys, trust me, it's a green stone. You're looking at it, it is green, it is crisp, it is, you know, you look at it and it's like, it almost feels minty, right? It feels very fresh. It's a very relaxing color. And given that it is a new find tourmaline out of Brazil, $49.99 was the price on this one. A lot of diamonds on this. It is a round. Tourmalines in general, we do not see a lot of in the rounds. And that is because of the crystal structure that these stones kind of grow in, right? If you look up, you know, any sort of tourmaline rough, they kind of look like stalks of celery, right? So because of that, it's very difficult, very rare to see any sort of tourmaline in the rounds, but here, right in front of us, a carat or two in the round. This is what it looks like on the hand, still true to size. And even in a sea of VS diamonds, that center stone is still going to be center stage. It doesn't suddenly become a 99 points total weight of VS diamonds plus a carat or two, you know, new fine tourmaline that you have to look for. It is there. The color is spectacular. And I might have to add this one to my color collection, right? Where, you know, I see so many different gemstones on any given day, and if there's going to be that one stone that really pops out to me in terms of the color, you know, I think this has to be one of those stones. And even better, $24.99. It's not going to be on this one. Call me now. Out of everything today, I only have one. And the new fine tourmaline, I just thought, you know, the color is so unique, and, you know, it is a very special stone. We're going to make it $1,999 to the very first caller who would like to pick it up here and say, yes, please, and thank you. And if you already have, you know, one or two or a couple of the new finds that we've been bringing to you guys as of late, why not add another one? You know, start thinking about, you know, the shapes that you may want to have in your collection. I mean, out of everything that I've seen, this is the only round that I have. So call me on this, $19.99. That will be it. That will be all. Now, if it's okay with everyone, I'm going to go on a tourmaline tangent because I have an indicolite ring here. No, I do not mean a slightly blue, mostly green stone. I mean a completely blue stone. You guys know it. It is that fancy cut pear shape in the platinum. And it seems to me that this piece has been brought down to a new price. So call me on the new finds, but you know, we have more new fine tourmalines at this point than indicolite tourmalines. This is 1126076, right? New finds, I can say that, you know, we are still working on a couple more pieces, right? Don't know when they will be completed, but we have the stones to work with. Indicolites can't say the same. Every time we have an indicolite tourmaline, whether it's a small stone, whether it's a large stone, it always flies out the door. It never comes back. Someone is, you know, watching, or someone has just found us. They see it, they call in weeks from now, months from now, and they say, hey, that indicolite, is it still here? The answer is usually no. And then the second follow-up question is, hey, can I get something similar, or just anything in the indicolite? It can be a small stone, a large stone. And out of everything that we have, this is it. Anything indicolite, this is it. This is the ideal color with that blue, bright electric blues, might I add. The cutting definitely helps here. This is our carat 48 pear-shaped center stone, 44 points of diamonds, supposed to be $49.99. And this is not one of those indicolites that is, you know, darker, is, you know, not blue, it's gray, it's, you know, you can't see into the stone, it's not bright. This is a stone that has that blue color that you want to have in your indicolite. There is no green in this stone. This stone does not have any grays. It's not a dull stone that does not reflect any sort of light. This is what your ideal indicolite should look like and is. And when I hold it up, I mean, right? This is absolutely spectacular. This is neon. This is bright. This is indicolite tourmaline. If you would like this ring, we're going to make it $1,999 for the entire ring, entirely platinum. When you have such an important and frankly rare gemstone such as this one, I mean, I would want to be the weightiest ring in my entire collection, because even us here at TVON, where we have connections around the world for, it's been many years, right? And still, despite all that, we do not have that many indicolite tourmalines. We've never had them, right? At most, we'll have maybe 2 or 3 rings in the inventory at the same time. But anything in this specific blue color, it rarely happens. Anytime our indicolite tourmalines go, they do not come back. So now's your chance to grab the best indicolite that we have in our inventory for $1,999 true to size on this one. And let's put it back up close here so you can see what it is all about. This is what it looks like from the side too, and from the back. Very important look here. No inclusions in the stone, none that I can see. And back to the front we go. This is it, $19.99 for our one and only indicolite tourmaline in a ring. New find is still here, so really you could pick up either the new find or the indicolite for your choice of $19.99. Love to see that. So Paraiba studs may still be here for $14.99 as well. Guys, the $2.99 cushion cut Paraiba still here. If you have any questions, again, end of the show is coming up. I do not want you to, go to bed with questions and then call in tomorrow and then find out that the piece is gone. That has happened, and I do not like when it happens, but it does happen inevitably. So ask any questions you have. Again, if you need me to stay after the end of the show, I will stay here for as long as you need me to talk about any pieces. If you want any pictures, want it on the hand again, let me know. Now, earlier I had an Imperial topaz on a wheel for $777. And it looked like this, and I think it's still here. So I kind of hesitate to show this one even, but if anyone would like a 772 cushion cut Imperial topaz in a pendant with a slightly more pinky color, I do have that one. And these pieces are priced by management. And even management saw the piece and they were like, okay, hold up. What did I just do? But mistake or not, it is going to be coming up next. Again, if you would like to see anything from the first hour, let me know. Again, the $777 Imperial topaz with more of the golden orange colors is still here. So again, maybe it's not the best time to show you guys a significantly larger stone in a pendant, but for the value that it is, I just have to bring it out. Maybe everyone has, seen and has the smaller stones. Maybe you're looking for a larger, more of a statement piece to wear on your neckline. I have got the piece for you here today. It's going to be 1126011. And it looks a little something like this. You saw the other one. Typically what the ring color is what the rest of the world generally has. So here is a slight comparison. You can see that the pendant has a lot more of those strawberry pinks and reds. Same exact stone, Imperial topaz, and yet so different in terms of the color. Now, this is the stuff that should be more expensive. And here's the thing. This is in the platinum. This is our 772 center stone. 81 points in the diamonds, 1.1 inches from top to bottom. And it's supposed to be $7,999. It's not going to be. Again, I don't even know if I should even keep on putting this up here considering the ring is still here. But we're gonna go for it anyways, because if if the people who write these prices themselves are surprised at what they have written, then no doubt that everyone watching right now is also going to be surprised. Here's going to be a better size perspective of it against the hand here, right? Such a beautiful stone. The color is iconic. First time I saw it, was, I think it was last year, right? They had sent me a picture of this stone. They said, hee hee, guess what this is? And I could not guess it. I did not know what it was. They told me it was Imperial topaz, and I thought, surely they must be joking, right? Imperial topaz is an orange color. Some are a golden color, some can be a little bit more yellow, but typically it's an orange color, right? I have never seen Imperial topaz that has any sort of pink in it. But no, this is quality beyond quality. This is what anyone who dreams of Imperial topaz wishes that they can get. And it's truly with pieces like these where, I really feel bad for all of the gemstone and jewelry lovers out there who have not yet discovered TVON. We don't have advertisements across the country, right? We don't have billboard ads, right? We are what we are. If you find us, you are incredibly lucky. And here's where you are also going to be incredibly lucky. It's not even going to be $49.99 on this entire piece here today, which again, as a ring, that would be such a special piece. But here, as a neckline, as a statement piece for your neckline, I can't imagine a better stone than this one. Speaking of, this is what it does look like, in fact, against the neckline here again. It is just such a unique color. It's not only the oranges, the golden colors, but it has such an intensity of the pinks that in some parts of the stones, it goes into the reds. We do not see that every single day. Not every single Imperial topaz has that, except for this one. And let's go back up close because, $49.99, it's a great deal. It's a great price. It's a great stone. It's a very simple style, wear every single day. But instead of even $39.99, I really want someone to have this. I mean, look at it. Red flashes. This is Imperial topaz. If you want the ring is still here. But if you want this, the ultimate pendant in the Imperial topaz material, November's birthstone, by the way, we are going to make this $3,499 for, yes, the entire piece. I cannot believe it, especially when you have a stone of this size in this particular color. $34.99. That is it. That is all. This is what it looks like from the back here. So I've come to realize that these stones do a little funny thing where from the back, one side is visibly more pink and the other is more orange, but from the front, the color is distributed evenly amongst the stones. So just a fun little thing, kind of gives it like a pleochroic nature, I guess you could say, but such a cool piece and an iconic color. This will definitely be, forcing all of the gemstone lovers around you to be guessing, what is she wearing, right? Imperial topaz, who would have thought? Not me. $34.99 on this piece. I'm gonna put it down here so you can also see what it's all about from even the sides. I mean, from the front, impressive stone, but from the side, still saturated, impressive. And I can't believe that it is here for $34.99. Let me know if you would like to grab it here. I do have white diamonds, GIA certified. If you would like an aquamarine pendant, so we're gonna go on a little pendant parade here. I do have a pear shape. It has also been brought down. It's a very special price where If it does not sell, then we may as well melt it down. It is going to be 1125477. It looks like this. I mean, this is also a stunning piece. This is not aquamarine that you get, you open the box and you have to play guess the stone. What did I just buy? This is in the 14K white gold, 1082 pear-shaped center stone, 7 points of diamonds. I can totally see you wearing this with one of our DBTYs. $99.99 was the price on this one. Aquamarines also went through a rather drastic price adjustment in recent months. You might remember, a while ago, there was kind of a drought of aquamarines because of the fact that the prices had skyrocketed so suddenly and so severely that, we were admittedly a little bit apprehensive, a little bit scared about even bringing more aquamarines, because suddenly when you get a 1082 stone like this in this color saturation, then $99.99, like that's what you're getting for the stone. And yes, there's not much happening in terms of, the diamonds and the design. It's very simple, but just for the stone itself, $99.99 in today's day and age would be a completely fair price if you yourself were to somehow go into, into the trade show and say, hey, I just want to buy a loose stone. Like, this is the reality. So, when times change, we kind of resist it for a while, but we also have to make changes here and there. But, at the end of the day, we are still going to give you the absolute best in terms of value. Same can be said about Paraibas, right? The price very different from where it was, 3-4 years ago. But even then, we still give you the absolute best price, the absolute best deals and values on even those stones when, other people are charging you 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the price of what we have here. Same goes for aquamarine. You probably remember this pendant. You probably remember that it was $49.99. And here today, I am very pleased to say that it is no longer going to be $49.99. Still the exact same piece. We are not taking the color out of the aquamarine. This is still the exact same piece. I don't have to tell you that it's aquamarine, right? If you go into, a local jewelry store, if you look online, if you, other shopping networks, right? They probably will have aquamarines of a variety of quality. Some of them may be near colorless. I myself have seen some in, just in downtown LA when I am running errands and I just happen across, a showcase, and I just kind of stop by and I say, hey, lovely piece, lovely designs. I'm just curious, asking about a couple pieces, and sometimes they will have aquas, they will have morganites, and it's very hard for me to tell that, it is what it is. I really have to play guess the stone. I pull up, I say, hey, is this aqua? And usually they'll tell me yes. And they will be so happy because I guessed it right. But thing is that I may have guessed it right, but it does not look like aqua. You do not want to guess the stone, right? You want to have the absolute best. You want to be 100% sure, 100% certain that it is what it is. This right here, no doubt about it, this is aquamarine. And if you would like this pendant right here, we're gonna make it $3,999, an instant $1,000 off from that initial price tag, and let us go. $39.99 on this. This is what it looks like from the back. So even from the back, still such a saturated blue color. It is not colorless at all. But I mean, from the front is the most important perspective that you want to see this from. And I just, I don't know about you guys, but I really want to jump into that stone. It just looks so refreshing. And this is also what it looks like against the hand here in case, it helps, right? 1082 is not a small stone. 1082 is a large stone that gives it enough room to be a possibly colorless stone, right? For a lot of these stones, the smaller the stone, the easier it is to kind of get a more saturated stone. And yet here we are, a 1082 pear-shaped aquamarine, all of the color is evenly distributed. There's no, secondary color. There's no grays, there's no greens, there's no yellows. This is pure ideal aquamarine blue for only $39.99 in the white gold only. Love to see it. This is what it looks like against the neckline as well here. So again, I think, it's a very refreshing color. Somehow against the neck, it kind of looks even more saturated, which, nothing has changed. Very surprised, and would not be surprised if you get this, you open that box and you instantly fall in love with aquamarine. This is the best way to get a larger stone that you can wear every single day that doesn't necessarily have to be on your hand, but for only $39.99, this should not still be here. Let's go back up close and take one more look here before I have no doubt that this one is going to go. And again, truly guys, we have access to, basically the entire industry. We have connections here and there everywhere. In today's day and age, you cannot get that loose stone by itself for $39.99. Times are different. Prices go up. It is inevitable. It happens. But here we still, fight against the current to give you the absolute best price, the absolute best deals on aquamarine. So let me know on this one, $39.99 for our 1082. If you would like to see a ring, I can see what I got, but this is all. I have my certified white diamonds in case anyone is interested. Might as well bring one of them up here. But $39.99 for a 1082, truly. Go to your local jeweler, take a screenshot of this piece. Go to your local jeweler and say, hey, can you find me a loose stone? My budget is $4,000. And the answer is, I can find you an aquamarine, but it may not look like that. It may not have this color saturation. And, it may or may not be more expensive. So now is your chance to really get a value of a lifetime in our aquamarine pendant. $39.99, call me now. Next up we have our white diamonds and GIA certified, of course. Call me on this one. Paraiba earrings may still be here. Paraiba ring is still here. And this is going to be 1122806. This is our 101 cushion cut G color SI1 GI certified white diamond. 88 points of accent stones. This has to stay like it is in the white gold. Would love for it to stay that way. And of course there is a slight limitation there, but this is going to be white diamond. $15,999 was where it started at. It's been a while since we've seen a 1 carat white diamond. And I don't have a lot of, core memories of, white diamonds because we see them every single day. It's in every single ring that we show you guys mostly. And it's just there, right? Frankly, I'm not very interested in white diamonds until you get a 1 carat stone. Because here is where it becomes a piece that you can not only wear, but also potentially invest in. As you know, TVON is a family-run business, and it's been here for many generations. And throughout the generations, they have, pretty close friends, right? Not in this industry, but they do stop by from here to there just to visit, see what's going on, right? And the one thing they ask to see when they do visit, I've met them on a couple of occasions, right? Very nice people. They are doctors, and they know that diamonds will always hold their value. They know that diamonds are, out of everything here, the easiest and best things to, invest in. And every time they visit, it's always, let's take a look at your diamonds, right? Loose or set, most of them set. And, it's always diamonds, right? Yellow diamonds, yes. Pink diamonds, yes. Chameleon diamonds, yes. Orange diamonds, yes. Fawn diamonds, yes. But first and foremost, white diamonds, right? Everyone knows white diamonds, but not everyone can get them for a deal, for a value, except for here. Here's where you're not only get a 101 center stone, but you're also getting it when it's set into a ring. This ring right here, right in front of you, the price has not been marked up. The price has only gone lower and lower and lower, and here we are today from $15,999 all the way down to $99.99. And we are not done yet. This is for one collar and one collar only, and truly I think this is a perfect upgrade to, you know, a potential wedding ring. I think diamonds, you know, you can wear every single day, and even though it's surrounded by a double halo of accent stones, I think you can still see your center stone. It's still, you know, it still reads as center stone and double halo. It does not get lost at all. Take a look at the cert right here. So this is the GIA cert that will come with. Carat 01, G color, SI1, and polish, excellent. Symmetry, very good. Fluorescence, none. There is your clarity characteristics. Now, thanks to the cushion cutting, even though you do have some, you know, some of these, you know, marked in here, because of the way that the stone is cut, it will perfectly blend in with the rest of the stone. Now, if this were an emerald cut white diamond, I cannot necessarily say the same, but because it is a cushion cut, you know, you will have to look very hard to even find your inclusions. And of course, it is a G color, so it is going to be right here, right at the very top of near colorless. And it's not $99.99 either. Let's take one more look at the ring right here. Truly, this is your time to shop for 1 carat diamonds, natural, from the earth. Not man-made, not lab-created, no funny business. It's not even going to be $5,999. Again, a diamond like this, we don't have too many. We haven't had anything new come in a long time. It is when the white diamonds hit these larger sizes that I really get excited about them. I mean, you've seen me with larger diamonds in a single halo design. I get very excited about those. This one, when you have a 101 center stone, no exception. This is what it looks like on the hand. I mean, right? Double halo, diamonds on the band, and look, your 101 diamond is still sitting in the center. And we are going to make it $4,999. $49.99 for the entire ring. The price has not gone upwards. Elsewhere, it has. In TVON land, in our own little bubble, it has only gone down. And now you can get a ring that was supposed to be $16,000, if not more, for only $4,999. This is what TVON is all about. It does not matter if it's a colored gemstone. It does not matter if it's, you know, diamonds that anyone truly out there can get. We are still here to give you the absolute best value of a lifetime. This one included $49.99 on our 101 G color SI1 white diamond, GIA certified. And let's go back up close on this one. Has to stay like it is in the white gold. Again, diamonds. Everyone loves diamonds. This is what it looks like from the side. Again, if this had any other color to it, you would be able to see it from the side. But this G color, I don't see any sort of color to it at all whatsoever. From the back, I mean, that is just, it almost looks like mirror finished gold, but it is in fact your diamond cushion cut. And $49.99 for this entire ring right here, 1 collar only. Let me know if you're gonna grab it. And I do have emerald cut white diamonds in the back if anyone wants to see it. I do have, if I remember correctly, another cushion cut. So out of the whole bunch, I just thought that this was the absolute best value. So brought it out today. If you want it, you can have it. If not, then back into the vault it goes. And next up, we do have yellow diamond earrings. It's been a while. And by yellow diamond earrings, you're probably imagining a single solitaire yellow diamond, 4 prongs. You're probably imagining maybe a bezel frame of yellow gold, and that would be a very good guess, but no. What I have here today is a pair of yellow diamond studs that have not only one, but two halos, one of which is a yellow diamond halo, the other of which is a white diamond halo. This is a pair of studs that I think goes incredibly perfectly well with any yellow diamond ring you might have from us. And I take care of the request, have had done so for a long time, and very often I will hear you guys request, you know, it's nice that you guys have a lot of the rings, but I would really love to see just some more of, you know, earrings, right? Because you only have so many fingers, you can only wear so many rings at once, but I would love to just complete the set with a pair of matching earrings. Here is where we have 1125845. This is going to be our yellow diamond earrings. And this is substantial. This is important. It's here at the end of the night because I know for a fact that we are going to get a couple calls the next day to say, hey, any chance that these are still here? And the answer is going to be no. This is a carat 01 exactly in your oval VS yellow diamonds, 16 points in your accent yellow diamonds, and 84 points in your white diamonds. So a lot going on there, combined together about 201 in just the diamonds, in just your ears. Every single diamond that you see up here in front of you is VS quality. Not SI, not I, VS. Very important. And, you know, end of the night is here. I want to do something a little bit special. I'm not usually here on Wednesdays, just covering for Lauren today. But what I want to do is take these $79.99 earrings all the way down so you don't have to worry about, you know, splitting it across several different cards or, you know, payment plans, right? You can get them right here, right now. These are earrings that you could see in those high fashion magazines that cost literally tens of thousands of dollars. And yet here you can shop for that exact same look without breaking the bank. It's not even going to be $4,999 here. And they have to stay like it is in the two-tone gold. This is what it looks like from the side. So it is going to sit like this on your ears, which I absolutely love, right? Like this, you can kind of have a slightly more elongated look so that it has a larger presence on the ear as opposed to sitting east-west. These diamonds are saturated. They may not be GIA certified, but look at how intense that color is. This is not some pale light yellow diamond, right? This is not some yellow diamond that has, you know, unwanted secondary colors. It's not off color. It's not, you know, a brownish yellow diamond. It's not an orangey yellowish diamond. It's not a grayish yellowish diamond, right? This is yellow diamond, VS clarity. And what we're gonna do is not even do $29.99 here today. I mean, again, perfect for any yellow diamond ring that you might already have. Let's go up close. I'm gonna borrow the same one, put it against my ear. Now this is a stud style that I would only wear in my primary piercing. Even from here, entirely diamonds, double halo, and you do not lose sight of that center stone. This isn't like a piece where the further back you go, the more it kind of blends together, the less you can see the details of. First and foremost, you are seeing your oval yellow diamond center stone. You're seeing how saturated it is. You're seeing the size of that stone. And then you see that double halo that accompanies it. And listen, guys, yellow diamonds individually, no matter the size, will always be easy to get, right? It's always going to be easy to get one single stone. But to have a perfectly matched pair where there's so much out there that there are yellow diamonds, that they're calling it a yellow, but there's some green to it, there's some brown to it, there's some gray to it. This is that pure sunshine yellow color. It is saturated. It is not going to be $29.99. Let's go back up close here. Very first caller can grab this. We're gonna make it $2,499 for yellow diamonds that, I mean, look like that. An entire matched pair and a pair of earrings. We do not get yellow diamond earrings that often, except for today. Today's our lucky day, $24.99 for the entire pair right here. Again, you can look it up online, right? You can take a picture of these earrings. You can probably do that, image search. And no doubt that, there will be other places that sell very similar pieces, but that price, that price may or may not have an extra 9 at the end of it. Here, absolutely not the case. Something that should be well over $10,000 today, you have the chance to get it for $2,499. I can't believe it. If these don't go, I don't know if we can even bring to you another pair of yellow diamond earrings. So this truly is it. Let me know if you'd like to grab it, but this is the only option that I have here in terms of sizable yellow diamond earrings. Now I do have some other designer earrings. They have pear shapes, but the center stones are far smaller, where it almost feels like an accent stone. Here, absolutely not the case. The center stone is the center stone, and it feels like it looks like it, and it is. So $24.99, let me know. And looks like, let me see if I can squeeze in another item here before we go. The Imperial topaz, this one for $777, I think it's still here. A little surprise there. Our $299 cushion cut Paraiba, that looks like that, is still available. Our Aquamarine pendant still available too. Imperial topaz pendant, Paraiba studs, I think they're still here. $14.99 for Paraiba studs, unheard of. And so much more. If you have any requests, please do get them in still. We can always get them ready for tomorrow or for another day if you're going to be out and about. And I just wanted to thank everyone for, requesting, being here with me. I know it's kind of a, a little surprise in the schedule. I was very surprised this morning myself. But it's always a pleasure to be here on TV and online, of course. I will try to get my phone fixed for Fridays. Typically, I have my Facebook guys and gals up here with me, but my phone is deciding to retire, looks like. So hopefully, I'll get that fixed by Friday. I'm not very tech savvy myself, but I do my best. And I know what I can show before we go here is a full look at the smile necklace. Had a very unflattering flash of it not too long ago, but this right here is going to be that smile necklace. This is 112-1425. This is mostly for everyone who is newer to TVON. This is our designer diamond smile necklace. Not only literally, but when you get this in person, you're going to open that box and you yourself are going to smile. If there is any piece of fine jewelry that I have seen that I think is just perfect in price, in design, in details, in diamond weight, it is going to be this one. This might be the perfect way to get a carat exactly in VS diamonds in a necklace. Every single stone here perfectly matched. This is not lightweight. This is not dainty. This is a piece that you can get one in any gold color, one in each gold color. In fact, if you wanted to flip it around and wear it like this, I don't see why not. You can wear it layered with our diamonds by the yard. You can wear it layered with any sort of, solitaire, bezel set, diamond pendants that you might have, may or may not be from us. This is the perfect gift idea. There is no sizing needed. If you are unsure of the gold color, I would say get it in the white gold first, and then you see it in person, you're going to love it, and then you are going to come back for the yellow gold and the rose gold. I guarantee you that. But here's the thing, supposed to be $29.99. Not gonna do that, of course. From there, we're gonna make it $999. Now, we don't have a million of these, as we do run out of diamond sizes from time to time. There was a period of time where this mount necklace was not here, right? It missed a couple of our sale shows, and that is because, first of all, it sold out from the last time we had it, and then the diamonds, diamonds in this size, didn't have them, couldn't make it, right? Didn't want to make them smaller, didn't want to make them larger, because then the price would have to go up. Smaller, it'll feel too lightweight, don't want that either. But this is the perfect size. This design has been perfected. $999 for not only a carat exactly of your white diamonds, but also for the chain. That is not some dainty little chain. This has some weight to it. It is adjustable, 16, 17, 18 inches. It is a lobster claw clasp. And just this right here by itself is to show you that your feedback matters to us. If we did not hear any feedback, I guarantee you that today this necklace would be in the spring ring clasp. It'll only be 18 inches, no adjustability whatsoever. But because of your feedback, you say, you know what? Lobster claw clasp, we do prefer those over spring rings. So what do? We change them. And you said, it would be nice to have some adjustability because not everyone wears their necklaces at 18 inches, at 16 inches. And we said, say no more. 16, 17, and 18 inches built into one necklace for you to pick and choose however you want to wear on any given day. And all of this, truly a perfected design, great gift idea, $999. This is what it looks like against the neckline as well. So again, it does not matter if you're wearing, a very patterned look. It does not matter if you're just wearing one solid color. It's going to show off. This is truly the power of VS Diamonds. If you are new to us, I would encourage you to try out our diamonds. If you're thinking, how good can they be compared to SI diamonds? They are very different. I guarantee you that. And of course, if you don't like it for whatever reason, you say, it's a nice design, but not for me. It feels too, contemporary or whatever, send it right on back, right? I would love to have, at least this necklace in stock to even show during the holidays, but now it may not be the case. Let me know white, yellow, rose, gold. Let's go up close. And looks like our yellow diamond earrings are still here for the time being, so we'll move those aside. And again, if you want to talk to me after the end of the show, I will be here. This is what your VS diamonds look like from up close. So you can see every single stone perfectly matched. And you can just see the quality truly. This is not like online where I've seen some places do this, and they probably shouldn't be doing this, but they will claim that their diamonds are I quality or SI quality, and then they will edit their diamonds so it looks like VS quality stones. I have been fooled before. I go to a website and I pull up their diamonds and I'm like, wow, those VS diamonds are really nice. The price is very similar to ours. Maybe we actually have some competition here. But then I look at the description and they say, it's high quality diamonds, and I'm like, no, looks like they may have done some editing because they only have still images. Here, what you see is what you get. There is no active filters going on right here. There is no, quickly clean up the diamonds, every single one of them, right? This is truly what VS Diamonds is all about. And looks like we may have some white gold going out right here. Again, I would encourage you guys to get one in each gold color. It is a perfect gift idea, and only for $999. Let me actually zoom back out. But from here, you can also see, the width of your pendant. This is not some paper thin piece, guys. This is something that you can feel. And again, if you do not like it for whatever reason, please send it right on back. I would love to have, at least one in stock to even show you guys, but that is, again, the width of the gold. This is such an important piece for only $999. All of the diamonds perfectly matched. Chain is seamlessly connected. Adjustability is there. Try out our VS diamonds here. And let's actually end with this on the hand here so you guys can have a better look at it, you know, from a distance away. And again, perfect piece, great gift idea. Get them now because holiday season will be here before you know it. And every year there are some, you know, frantic shoppers, you know, asking, do you have this, or that, you know, an entire list of item numbers. And the question, is it ready to ship? I need to buy the next day. I will even pay for overnight shipping. And, you know, it gets a little crazy, but you want to be well prepared for that time. And what better piece to go with than this one? Again, I feel like anyone of any age could wear this. You know, with the new year, graduations will be here, birthdays, you know, any sort of celebration, anniversaries. I mean, anything that you wear on your neckline, I think, you know, close to the heart, right? And, you know, it's a smile piece. You look at it, I'm looking at it right now, it's making me smile. And so I just think, you know, it's a very simple piece, very simple design, but it's perfect. And it's here, $999. Looks like we may have 3 going out in the white gold to 1 collar right here. So, I mean, love to see it. These are still going to be custom made. So it depends on what gold color you want. I'm just glad that we have the option. No extra charge there, of course. And the chain too, I mean, the chain reflects light. It looks like there are diamonds in the chain when in fact it is just 14K gold. Love to see it. Love that you guys have been loving it and love that it is here today. Very special end of the night sort of piece here, $999. And call me on any of the larger pieces, especially the Paraiba. I will be here for a couple of minutes after the end of the show. Operators will be here too to answer any last minute calls. And I will see you guys probably on Friday. And just wanted to thank everyone again for joining me here today. My name is Joyce and hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Lauren will be back with you guys tomorrow and I will see you guys on Friday.